sculpted lines, impressive hardware, aggressive stance. It can only mean one thing. 'Tis the season to get out and tailgate. Right now at every Bob Johnson, buy any new or used truck, we'll throw in a Mafia-ready folding table absolutely free. Bob Johnson, this is where the savings are.
Bob Johnson.
And now, another Rock Sports Network presentation.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to SUNY Brockport, college at Brockport here. Eunice Kennedy Shriver Stadium, Bob Boozer Field for the Rock Sports Network Golden Eagles Game of the Week here. Ryan Lacel on the call with Mario Granata. This is the ECAC Clayton Chapman Bowl between the SUNY Brockport Golden Eagles and the University of Rochester Yellow Jackets. Final game of the season for both teams here. Both teams miss out on the postseason tournament, but they qualify for an ECAC bowl game. So, Mario, we got one more game to go here. These guys, some of these seniors, in the last time they're going to step foot on this field. And, you know, as someone who's played, what's that feeling like for guys who know it's their last go-around?
Oh, it's very bittersweet. You know, you invest so much time and practice and work that you have in your 4 years of playing football, and sometimes 5. And, you know, it's the last time you're going to walk on the field, pregame prep, halftime adjustments, and all that stuff. It's very bittersweet.
Captains for Brockport, a host of seniors, number 6, Ben Robinson, number 22, Kyle Hadich, number 52, Mike Talbert, and number 23, Gino Fontana Rosa. So 4 guys that will be the last time they're on this field.
As players.
As players, that's right.
Remember, we got a Rita in the box somewhere.
Brockport finishes their season at 7-3. University of Rochester finishes at 6-4. And Mario, both teams not the way they've wanted to end the season so far. Brockport 2 straight losses. One, they took the defending national championship, Cortland Red Dragons, all the way to the wire, and then lost last week against Alfred. And University of Rochester, they've dropped 3 straight coming into this game. They started 5-0 and have struggled down the stretch.
Yeah, absolutely. Two hard-nosed teams from New York and 2 very tough defenses. Rochester only giving up 18 points a game. But, yeah, they started off strong, started off 5-0. Had high aspirations for making the playoffs, so you're going to have a very hard-hitting. I mean, don't be surprised if this is a very low-scoring affair. And obviously the big news, Ryan, we're talking about Ben Gasella going to try to give that ankle a go.
Yeah, Gasella injured in that Cortland game. He missed the Alfred game. They called it a high ankle sprain on the 2-deep, so all the way up until yesterday they were expecting it to be Vino getting the start, but it looks like in pregame that Ben Gasella is going to give it a go today. We'll see. Now, Mario, that was his left ankle that got the injury. So, you know, when you talk about a quarterback, a pocket quarterback throwing the football, that's going to be his front
plant.
foot, not his drive foot.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're going to have to pick an ankle to get hurt, it's going to be the plant foot. But, one thing with that, look at a lot of the throws that Casella is going to be tossing around the yard today. Some of them might float, and that is when your front foot hurts, you put more of your weight on your back foot. You tend to have it. You drop your elbow a little bit, and it tends to float some of them passes. So be very, very aware of that today.
All right, so Brockport will receive. Rochester won the toss and deferred, so we're going to get our first look at the duo of Daniel Manna and Isaiah Simmons. Simmons, a first-team All-Empire 8. Manna made his way to the third team this season, and that's going to be a flag, and we'll get a good start here for Brockport early as they're going to look to get going strong here. A host of first, second, and third teamers on this roster when you talk about an All-Empire 8 team. Isaiah Simmons, running back, first team. Brian Caldwell Jr. made third team. Nolan Sluka, first team. Manna, second team. Then you got the big guys up front. Montalvo, first team. Malgieri, third team. Davis Warner, second team. And Ben Gasella, third team. And that's a tall task to make the quarterback All-Empire 8 team. There were some good quarterbacks come through Empire 8 this year. They're going to start with a throw from Gasella out to Manna. Manna's got a couple blockers in front of him, breaks the tackle. Manna tough to bring down out across the 50-yard line. Good run after the pass by him, tackled by number 19 there for University of Rochester. That's Brendan McDonald, the sophomore from Orlando.
Yeah, you're going to hear some names on this University of Rochester team that are not from the state. Usually most of the recruits that they bring in are from New York, around the New York area, Pennsylvania and stuff, Ohio maybe. But you're going to hear some names from all over the country today.
Fake and almost intercepted, but Sluka catches that one. Boy, 29 really jumped that route. He almost got there. That was Jordy Tawa. But Sluka caught that.
Testing out that ankle really early here.
And I think Coach Mangoni might have been jonesing for some passing. They struggled last week against Alfred, and really what made the difference in the ball game, Brockport's inability to move the ball through the air. Here's Simmons, jump cut, but met in the backfield by a pair of defenders, number 55 and number 6. Nope, sorry, number 15 and number 55 combined on that one. Hussein and Monahan.
Yeah, obviously when you come into Bob Boozer Field and you're going to play a Brockport team, Simmons is number one on your list to not let it get him going. Because once he gets going, the rest of the offense gets going, and it could be just a long day for your defense.
In a loss last week, Simmons again, Empire 8 Offensive Player of the Week. Despite the loss, Gasella in shotgun, he's going to throw. He's pressured, he lofts it, and incomplete. He had Sluka on the go route, but a lot of pressure forced the throw early.
He's limping as he gets up, too.
Yep, he's ginger on that leg. I wouldn't be surprised if his day was done. He's going to give it a go, but you talked about it, Mario, with when you're throwing off your back foot, you're just not, one, you got guys in your face, so you're not going to step all the way into it, but when you got a tender ankle, you're not going to step into those. He never had a chance at hitting Sluka on that go route.
And what people don't realize a lot of times is it's those little subtle movements that when you maneuver around the pocket to, try to get by yourself an extra second or two, that still hurts.
Yeah.
So
Dan Jangrasso punts this one away. First team All-Empire 8 punter was Jangrasso this season, and nice one who gets it down to the 6-yard line. So that's where we're going to get our first look at this University of Rochester offense, led by freshman quarterback Clayton Wise from, again, we talk about all over the country, Wise from St. Louis, Missouri. And first look at this Brockport Golden Eagles defense. All-Empire 8 selections, number 6, Ben Robinson, number 22, Kyle Haddich, both made first team. Second teamers, Mike Telbert, Jason Thomas, Andre Marionetti, Elijah Grooms, and Marquand Fluitt. And third team, Daywin Fanner. And then they've also got one of the Empire 8 all-sportsman teams in Marquise Wright. Carry by number 3 that time, wide receiver Trey Johnson on the carry.
From Amherst, New Hampshire. That's one way to try to catch the edge on this Brockport defense, but interesting enough, they ran it to the short side.
Yeah. He was ushered out of bounds by Marquise Wright. 2nd and 5 after the run. Wise is going to roll to his left, throw back to his right, intended for number 5, and unable to bring it in. That was Micah Butler.
Yeah, they had a little bit of a levels concept over there, Rochester did, and Haddish was coming in, applying pressure on the blitz. You could read high to low, low to high. Heck of a play made.
Tight coverage as well there, and that was Jameer Clark in coverage on that one.
This is usually where they like to bring Talbot or Robinson, either on an ECAC blitz or just some kind of pressure in the middle, and you see Talbot inching.
They're both inching. They're both inching.
There he is.
Yeah, number 9 got in there for Brockport. Big time sack there. That was Aiden Thomas who came on the delayed blitz. And that one, they blitzed Talbot off the quarterback's left side, made him step up to the right, and Thomas came right in there off the.
It's like
the running back just whiffed on him too.
It's like the old dodgeball trick. You get 2 of them, you throw one in the air, the guy looks at it. Oh.
Cam Mesh back to return this one. This one bounces at the Rochester 40 and starts to roll back, but snared by number 34.
Alex Swing's punt is down.
You got
Joseph.
You got 2 teams here, Ryan, that we talk about all the time. They got pretty good defenses. We just saw a kickoff out of bounds and a punt go about 28, 29 yards. Will that propel Rochester maybe go for it on 4th downs a little bit more today?
Maybe. I mean, if you're talking field position battle, especially if you're in that, your side of the field, but close to the 50, it might be, why not, right?
Yeah. Casella going to give it a go again.
Yeah, Casella back out there. Simmons off the left side. Not much room there. Good job there. Number 7 for University of Rochester, who gets there first. That was Simon Weirin. Weirin does a good job of hemming in Simmons.
Yeah, like I mentioned before, if you're coming into Brockport, your number 1 target is going to be Simmons. And if you had Ryan, you had to decide number 2. If you're going to take away Simmons, and then who's the second target?
Sluka. Yeah, Sluka.
Yeah.
Fakes the handoff. Casella's going to throw across the middle. Speaking of, there's Nolan Sluka right across the middle there. Good nice pitch and catch down to the 25-yard line for Brockport.
Kind of hard to ignore that 6'4" basketball frame. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep. That's a good problem to have as a sophomore at 6'4", almost 200 pounds, playing wide receiver for you. Joe Motz checks into the game. Anna comes out. Here's Simmons off the left side. Patient run, and finally a jump cut gets him across the 20-yard line down to the 19, so 5-yard gain there.
A la Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah. There was a lot of patience there for Simmons before he finally took off north and south. So out comes Gasella.
Well, yeah, you're talking about Simmons on the year having close to 200 carries. He's very comfortable behind this offensive line, especially, and a sophomore as well.
So Gasella comes out. Manna steps in. Looks like a Wildcat option for them here. Now, Manna did have a passing attempt, almost went for a touchdown against Cortland, so he can throw the ball. He's not a, just not a one-dimensional situation here. It's just a matter of they let him throw. So short gain.
He's your. So are you calling him your Antoine Randall L?
Yes. Yeah. Gasella comes back in. Motz comes out, so they'll go with the 3 wide receiver and Goddard.
For those of you watching, you may Google him. He was a quarterback at Indiana, I believe.
So 3 wides. Goddard checks in at tight end as well. Simmons in the backfield with Gasella. 3rd and 4.
Here they come, A-gap blitz.
Gasella's going to throw. He's lost it to Sluka. Jump ball, and unable to come down with it. Good job in coverage there. That was Jordy Tawa again in coverage, and Sluka tried to moss him, and
Yeah, Gasella's going to stay on the field. Offense is going to stay up, which that call makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got a 3rd and 3. You know, people talk about, why don't you run it? Why don't you run it if you're going to go for a 4th down? Might as well take a shot. You know they're going to apply pressure. You got a one-legged quarterback back there. You know,
well,
it's not a bad idea.
Yeah, and we're gonna see. Let's hopefully University of Rochester for their benefit watch the Cortland game, because Brockport ran go routes on 2 straight 4th downs and scored on both of them. One to Sluka, one to Caldwell. So both guys on the ends of the formation here, and they're going to throw across the middle. That's Caldwell, snags it out of the air. Nice catch by Brian Caldwell. But the ball came out, and they called it Yellow Jacket ball. So Caldwell saying how? He thought he was down.
Yeah, a lot to unpack on that play right there.
Caldwell does a good job of climbing the ladder. Snagged that one. He was down. I'm not sure how they didn't rule him down on that one. He was pretty clearly down on that one.
That definitely hit the ground and rolled out, but missed call by the referees. But, I mean, Ryan, just like we talked about in pregame, really high ball he threw out there.
Yep.
I actually thought he was going to try, because it was 4th and 4. I thought he was going to try to do a hard count, try to see if he can draw him, get an easy 5.
The only thing I can think, it looked like he might have been on top of the defender as he went to the ground and got the ball ripped out. He was on top of number 1, the defender. So we're going to get another look here at the Yellow Jackets offense. This one's a carry by Adelman. Adelman, their primary running back.
Approaching 8:50 to go here in the first quarter. A little bit of a seesaw battle here with 2 really good defenses coming into today.
That was interesting. Pass to, dropped by number 4 intended receiver, Aiden Papatonis. I don't know that I've seen very many RPOs where there's no running back in,
like giving a brush to
in
a
the
ball,
R part, in the R part, right? That's the R part where there's what the R's for in the RPO, but he just kind of like hands it to no one.
Like he zigged when he should have zagged on that one. I'm not really sure.
So it brings up 3rd down here, 3rd and 8 for the Yellow Jackets.
They're going to go, I was going to say they were going to go trips open, but looks like they're going to like to call a timeout to think about this one.
Timeout for U of R coming here. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back on the other side for 3rd down.
Only mean one thing. 'Tis the season to get out and tailgate. Right now at every Bob Johnson, buy any new or used truck, we'll throw in a Mafia-ready folding table absolutely free. Bob Johnson, this is where the savings are.
Bob Johnson.
Customize your great plate every Tuesday at Bill Gray's with hot dogs, cheeseburgers, mac salad, home fries, beans, tots, and more. Bill Gray's Great Plate Tuesdays, only $9.99.
Gimme, Bill Gray's.
All right, we are back here. It's 3rd and 8 coming up here after the timeout for the Yellow Jackets. Brockport trying to hold here on 3rd down after the Caldwell fumble gave the Yellow Jackets the ball back.
Yeah, and I got to think that timeout was, if we get at least 3 or 4 here, we're going to go for it on 4th. Or
see if they can get 5 or 6 on this one. Talbert looks like he's coming off the edge. Good job picking up the blitz. They're going to take a shot deep and just outside of the reach. Number 3 was the intended receiver there for Rochester. That was Trey Johnson, and Wise unable to connect. That was a nice ball, just a little too far for Johnson to run under it. So Cam Mesh back to return again. U of R going to try and get a better punt off. Alex Wing, the punter.
It's not every day that you see a 5'11", 225-pound man just throw down a 6'4", 280-pound tackle. Talbert did just there. It was really interesting to watch.
Oh, and Mesh muffs it. We'll see who falls on it. Flag down. U of R says they have it. And they do. Mesh tried to field it on the run and off his fingertips, unable to bring it in. And We'll see what the flag is here. Looked like maybe a block in the back.
I think it might have. I think it was initially fair catch interference. See, he hit him before the ball got there, I believe. But we'll check it out.
Catching interference. Kicking team number 20. 15 yards.
Okay.
The foul. First down, Brockport.
All right, so Brockport picks up the kick interference call. So the Yellow Jackets shoot themselves in the foot. What would have been, oh yeah, he did make contact. He grabbed him as he ran by. Looks like number 28 picked up the penalty there. He grabbed Mesh as he ran by, and that's what caused Mesh to drop it. So
Excellent.
Self-inflicted wounds for University of Rochester as Sammy Randall picks up the flag on that one.
Well, and then now we're back again to where the fumble for Caldwell
Right back
was.
to where the Caldwell play happened. So almost no harm, no foul here for Brockport. Gasella 4-wide formation here with Simmons to his left. Takes the snap, little push pass to Caldwell. Caldwell turns the corner, and Caldwell out across the 20-yard line, and patented Coach Mangoni, when a guy makes a mistake, I'm going to go right back to him and put the ball in his hands again.
Oh, absolutely.
Because I bet he won't fumble it twice, right? Caldwell, a little extra
The
care
odds
on
are
that carry.
astronomical, Ryan.
Second and 3 for Brockport.
No, I mean, I think that's one of the things that I think a lot of players endear themselves to Coach Mangoni is the fact that even if they do make mistakes, he's got the belief in them that they're gonna make a play for him.
And as a quarterback, how much do you like those types of plays, right? Because that goes down as a completion and yards after the catch, so it helps out your average on those little push passes. Simmons with the carry right up the middle, breaks a couple tackles, lowers his shoulder out across the first down marker. So first down for Brockport from the 12. They're going to have a chance at another first down here before they get into the end zone.
Screens, check downs, I love them all. It was great because then you're sitting there like, oh, I just threw a 60-yard pass, but I threw it actually 12.
Joe Mott's out. Tim Lewis checks in for Brockport in that H-back role. Goddard as well on the right side of the formation. 2 wide receivers here. Simmons with the carry up the middle. Patient run and wrapped up and brought down by a host of Yellow Jackets. Big number 99 in on that tackle. Dionis Polanco, graduate student from the Bronx. A couple grad students for University of Rochester. Brockport's got one of their own in Kyle Hadich. So you got some guys sticking around for their further education. This is the last crop of COVID extensions. These guys that are grad students. Gasella throws across the middle. He's got him as his man. That's Caldwell into the end zone. Brian Caldwell. Gasella from 12 yards out connect.
Yeah, he stepped into that one, but he's feeling it now coming off the field. I know that.
Yeah.
And that's one of those classic routes, Ryan, where you have a slant going on underneath and you run your running back on a swing route, which you want. The goal is, if they're playing man, is you want to get that linebacker out of the box so you can throw that slant, and exactly that's what happened there.
So Caldwell into the end zone, and Caldwell a junior, so he'll be back next season hopefully for Brockport. Monteperto, third team All-Empire 8, knocks it in, makes it 7-0 Brockport. So good play to start the game today. Our first half sponsor, Lattimore Physical Therapy and Sports Rehab. Lattimore currently offers 30 clinics throughout the area, including nearby locations in Brockport, North Chili, and Spencerport. More than 70 certified physical therapists have experience in treating most conditions and sports injuries, and in most cases are able to offer initial consultations within 24 hours for your convenience. LattimorePT.com. So Brockport strikes first in this ECAC Clayton Chapman Bowl, and it is 7-0 here. Brockport and University of Rochester, teams that don't match up often, but they have seen each other 13 times in their history. Currently, University of Rochester leading the head-to-head battle 9-4. Brockport looking to close that gap a little bit, but Brockport did win the last matchup between these two teams 2 seasons ago. Brockport went to U of R and beat the Yellow Jackets 24-3. So McGowan set to kick it away here, back to return.
Yeah, it's interesting. You talk about, Brockport plays Buffalo State in the I-90 Bowl, and you're talking about these two teams, their seasons kind of ended on a little bit of disappointment. Brockport then getting into the top 25 and hopefully making a run at NCAAs. Rochester starting 5-0 and then ending up at 6-4. But now it's a little bit of pride. You're battling for New York.
Sure.
So.
McGowan set to kick it away here. Back to return number 3 for U of R. He's going to let it bound into the end zone. No return there, so good job by McGowan. Best way to prevent a return is to just kick it into the end zone if you can.
Tell that to the 99 Bills.
Long day of football going on here at Brockport after this bowl game. We've got some high school games, Far West Regionals and the New York State Public High School Athletic Association Far West Regionals, Class B, coming up first at 4. That's going to be the Health Sciences, the representatives from Section 6, against Eastridge, the representatives from Section 5. And then after that at 7, around 7, is going to be the Class A matchup between Sweet Home from Section 6 and Brighton from Section 5. So if you're in the area, still not too late to get a dose of some high school football tonight. Number 4 on the carry there for University of Rochester, that's Aiden Papatonis, knocked out of bounds after a gain of 2. So Wise in this offense trying to get something going here. 6:04 left in the first quarter, so still early in the game here, but already down 7-0.
I mean, they've had some opportunities. We saw a couple drops. We saw
an overthrow last drive. Wise rolls to his right, looks to throw. He throws and almost intercepted, and
then
caught. So tip drill going on down on the field, and boy, 2 Brockport defenders missed it, and then what a snag by Johnson. And that was one that just took too long to develop. He sat down, the route was jumped. And Haddich missed it, and then Haddich missed it, and then Wright missed it. And then Johnson caught it, and that's enough for a first down.
Hey, any way you can, huh?
Concentration drills, right? That's why you do them in practice. Man in motion here. Papatonis goes in motion. Wise with the handoff to his running back with no room to work at all. It was
Hanneman met by Aiden Thomas and then Robinson and company.
You know, it's interesting, right? We talk about it.
Number 25 on the carry on that one. Sorry, Mario. Number 25, Cole Rue on the carry.
We talk about it sometimes at the pro level, the rookie. You know, quarterback-wise, the freshman. At what point in the season do you cease being a freshman? Now he's got 10 games under his belt. He's a pretty seasoned guy.
Well,
he's taking every snap.
If you ask his teammates, he'll be a freshman until next year. Right?
I know technically wise.
From a coach's perspective, you start to trust him obviously early in the season.
Yeah.
Johnson on the catch there. That's across the 40, so out to the 41-yard line. So passing attack from U of R so far this drive has done well.
Just found an interesting dynamic. Now, interesting. This is where we talked about on the field. Is this 4-down territory for you?
Yeah.
If you're U of R, already down 7 now. You got a third and 5.
3rd and 5 here. He rolls to his right, throws back to his left. He's got a man there. He's off to the races. That's Johnson down the sideline, cuts back across the middle of the field, makes Haddich miss. He's across the 20, 15, 10, and they finally drag him down at the 6-yard line. Haddich missed him once, and then coming back on the other end, number 33 for Brockport wound up getting him. That's Liam Neely, who...
And that's a way you could take advantage of an overly aggressive defense, right?
Neely was Empire 8 Special Teams Player of the Week after their matchup against Cortland, where he had a punt block return for a touchdown. So now U of R set up in the goal-to-go situation. Wise turns, throws to his right. He's got his man, and that's caught. That was easy. Number 8 on the catch there. That was Samuel Nwama. And, boy, it looked like he just kind of little brothered. Right there.
I was curious if he was going to think about throwing something on that, but I mean, that's now you see, how plays develop, and you string them together. All those jet sweeps, all those rollouts, you see how that gets him into scoring position, and then you throw it up to a 6'4", 220-pound monster. Be able to tie the game up.
On to kick here, Kyle Brainerd, looking to make this a tie football game. Snap, hold, good. Kick, good. So 7-7 here. Teams are now trading touchdowns. First it was Gasella to Caldwell from 12 yards out, and then Wise comes down the field and throws one to his big receiver, Nuama, for 6. So we're going to get another look here at this Brockport offense. Our sponsor today, Lattimore Physical Therapy and Sports Rehab. At Lattimore, their physical therapists enjoy the work they do and bring a positive attitude to their patients' therapy experience. They want their patients' therapy to be something they look forward to each and every session. If patients tell their friends and family about their success at Lattimore, they know they've done their job. LattimorePT.com. So 3:21 here left in the first quarter. Started slow, and now we've got back-to-back touchdown drives, one from each team. Simmons and Manna back to return the kick here. Brainerd tees it up.
Simmons and Daniel Manna back to return for Brockport.
Initial kickoff for the game was sent out of bounds. Let's see if he has a little bit more success here.
Brainerd kicks it away here. This is going to be Simmons, fielded as his own 3-yard line out across the 10. And he's brought down. Good job in the open field there by number 19 for University of Rochester. That's Brendan McDonald, who came slicing in and brought down Simmons at the 14-yard line. So long field here in front of Brockport. And Mario, if you're a coach, you love those types of plays, right? Makes them return it, and your special teams unit gets home.
Oh yeah, very three positive plays in a row for this University of Rochester team. You had the big play, you got the touchdown, now you have a good coverage on the kickoff. You're getting momentum on your side. That's the biggest thing.
Gasella back in here. Simmons to his right. 3 wide receiver set with Joe Motz in the backfield as a fullback. Gasella steps, looks to throw out to Sluka along the sideline. Sluka quickly turns it upfield, and he's going to get out to the 27-yard line. So from the shadow of their own end zone to out across the 20 is Brockport. Quick first down for them to start this drive. Gasella looks like he's more and more comfortable kind of as the game goes on, maybe loosening up that ankle a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Adrenaline's still high from the start of the game, so he should be okay.
Inside of 3 minutes in the quarter here. Gasella takes a snap, fakes to Simmons. He's going to look to throw across the middle, and Manna went down. There's going to be a flag on that one, though. Manna went down, and the interception by number 6 for U of R, that's Jack Yensel who caught it, but this one's coming back. It looked like Manna might have gotten dragged down on it. Yeah, number 57 out of the backfield. Oh, okay, so no flag. They're going to pick that one up. So that one's an interception by Yancel.
Yeah, Yancel, you look like he's throwing a drunk man out of the bar.
And
I don't know how that's legal.
They are wrestling Ben Gasella off the field. Manna and Caldwell had to restrain him from going to yell at the officials. And Coach Mangoni a little calmer, but not much calmer on this one, trying to figure out how they picked that flag up. We saw the replay, and number 57 for University of Rochester, Jack Diggins, just shoved Manna to the ground. I'm not sure what the thought process was on picking that flag up, but I don't think Coach Mangoni's going to let it go until he gets an answer that satisfies him. So this one may go until after the game's over.
Oh, yeah. I think the ref told him he couldn't have a Red Ryder BB gun.
So Wise back on the attack here. Brockport now losing the turnover battle 2-0 here in this game. He's going to throw deep. He's got a man down there. That's Johnson, and Johnson from Wise, and all of a sudden U of R back into the end zone after the interception, and the defense trying to figure out what happened on that one, and Johnson just ran by right. Check out the replay here, and it was just a simple post route, and he just ran right by right. There was no safety help over the top, and That was easy for Wise.
Yeah, but Brockport was coming on a blitz. Obviously, you got to play man behind that. But how many times have we seen it, Ryan, where you get a turnover, you get a big play, and you try to go for the jugular?
Yeah.
And it ended up working on it.
So that kick is up and kick is no good. It went right.
The extra point is
So 13-7 now for U of R. Brockport back out, and Coach Mangoni is all the way out to the hash trying to talk to the officials and try to figure out what happened. Still on that flag. Does not understand how that got picked up. He says now he gave him 6 points. Right? I mean, that's what you're saying if you're the coach.
This is not one isolated incident. It could have stemmed back to the Caldwell fumble.
Sure.
You know, one of those things like, how do you guys miss that? How do you miss this, that, and the third? So it's because you know we've seen enough of these games. You know, Mana just doesn't fall on his face.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, we watched the replay. He got 2 hands right in his chest and got shoved to the ground, and the refs are like, that's good. That's fine.
Okay.
No big deal.
I mean, if that's
they probably told Mangoni to tell his guy to have a stronger base. Kickoff coming here. Simmons and Mana back to return this one.
I mean, if that's the way you're going to call the rest of the game, then
if you're Coach Mangoni, you're telling him, let's see you call it square then, and we'll see if Ben Robinson can take someone's head off coming across the middle. Here's Simmons on the return out across the 15. He's got a little bit of a hole, bounces it to the outside. That's Mana actually across the 30 down the sideline. Daniel Mana out across the 40, out to the 46-yard line. Good big return there from Mana. Looked like they might have had him hemmed in, Mario, and he just kind of bowed it to the outside. And
I can't get over how smooth he is when he runs.
Yeah.
It looks so effortless for Mana to do that.
That was a running back jump cut there that he used to get to the outside on that one.
Heck of a play to try to take some of the momentum back for Brockport. Down 6 with 2:30 to go. It's a very exciting first quarter so far. Interested to see how Gasella responds here. You got a trips open with 1 back set.
Simmons to the right of Gasella. Takes the snap, fakes it. He's going to throw to Mana. Mana gets it to the outside, and Caldwell doing a good job of blocking out there, and Mana's going to have enough for a first down.
You get there, kid.
I'll get there. It's early. I got 3 games today. I had 2 last night, 3 today. Got a lot of numbers to remember.
This man never sleeps, ladies and gentlemen.
2:05 left here in the first quarter, so a lot of scoring so far in this first quarter. 20 total points already. 2 defenses that don't give up a lot. Gasella takes the snap, looks to throw, pressured, and almost intercepted again. That was number 57 who almost caught that one. That was Diggins, intended for Sluka.
I mean, heck of a play by Diggins, but middle linebacker, could he have any other name? Jack Diggins.
Second and 10 from the 43.
That was almost like his dad named him to be a middle linebacker, right?
But we've seen this a bunch of times. Brockport's down 6, first quarter still. Mangoni's not going to panic.
No.
He's just still going to go through what his offensive game plan was to start.
Second and 10 here, 3 wide receiver. They're going to hand it to Simmons. Simmons, no room to run. Diggins in from his linebacker position, and that Rochester sideline is fired up with their showing so far today. 2 turnovers already forced, and they have hemmed in one of the leading rushers in Empire 8 coming into the game, one of the leading rushers in the country in Isaiah Simmons. They've held him in check.
Yep. So you got a 3rd and 11, Ryan. Are you trying to get half of this to go for it on 4th, or are you trying to go for the gusto?
Yeah, if you can get, I think if Brockport can get across the 40, I think they're probably in go mode here early. It is early, but you can't give the ball back without trying it at least. And Gasella hit as he throws, and that one's incomplete.
Yep.
And Diggins again. This time, Diggins with his hand in the dirt, lined up as a defensive tackle. Yeah, Diggins got in there on that one and knocked the ball away as Gasella was throwing it. Lucky that one wasn't intercepted, and they get an opportunity for Giangrasso to pin the Yellow Jackets deep. Nice end-over-end kick by Giangrasso, fielded at the 11. So Dan Jangrasso, first team All-Empire 8, does his job in the punt game. 2 punts, both of them inside the 20 today. So special shout out to our title sponsor today, Bob Johnson Auto Group. Bob Johnson Auto Group carries 18 different auto manufacturers ranging from Chevy to Ford to Toyota and many more. 25 plus locations throughout New York State. Choose from thousands of vehicles in stock. Check them out online, bobjohnsonautogroup.com, to find a location near you. So University of Rochester back on the attack here, up 13-7. Clayton Wise at quarterback. He's got Adelman behind him. And they're going to give it to, actually that was Jay Zhang on the carry.
Jay Zhang on the carry for U of R.
They got it.
So it looks like, so here's loss of 3 on the run, and that was big Andre Marionetti who came in for that tackle. They're going to throw, and they got Johnson on the sideline, caught that one in front of Grooms.
Rice's pass is complete to number 3.
Elijah Grooms, who had stepped into a starting role late in the season after the injury to Malik Kelly ended his year. And Grooms promptly makes himself a second-team All-Empire 8 selection. So 3rd and 2, it's a long one here. And Rochester looks like they're going to let this one run out to the end of the quarter and talk about what they want to do on 3rd and short here. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll have the second quarter here as Brockport trails University of Rochester 13-7.
Sculpted lines, impressive hardware, aggressive stance. It can only mean one thing. 'Tis the season to get out and tailgate. Right now at every Bob Johnson, buy any new or used truck, we'll throw in a Mafia-ready folding table absolutely free. Bob Johnson, this is where the savings are.
Bob Johnson.
While we celebrate 140 years of serving our community, the kind of delicious joy that lasts a lifetime, we look forward to serving you for 140 more. With hardworking, wholehearted, passionate people who will help shape new memories for generations to come.
All right, we are back here as Clayton Wise and the Yellow Jackets set up 3rd and 1 here. See what the play call is. They've not run the ball well today, but they're going to give it a go, and he's going to pick up the first down. That was Zhang again on the carry.
Jay Zhang on the carry for the U of R.
So first down for the Yellow Jackets. Keep that drive going here. Still very early in the second quarter. Just started the first play from scrimmage. So a lot of football still left to play. Brockport trailing 13-7. They've had 2 turnovers in the first quarter. A fumble by Caldwell and an interception by Gasella. They're going to fake the handoff to Zhang, and Wise rolls to his right. He's got his man, and big-time hit. That's Kyle Hadich up from his safety position.
The assassin once again. Yeah, I mean, a lot of the stuff that they're doing, they're trying to get Wise out of the pocket to get him away from the trouble. And when you do that, when you roll out, you have to have certain levels concepts for the quarterback. So you have one deep, middle, and short, and he just has to read the corner and see which one he wants to take.
That catch number 41 on the catch for U of R that time. That was Walter Paskey. Goes in motion, and they're going to fake the handoff, and Wise up the middle, and Wise finally brought down by Hadich and number 91 for Brockport, Jason Thomas, from his defensive tackle position. So U of R moving the ball well so far against this Golden Eagle defense today.
Yeah, one thing that U of R is doing that a lot of other teams I haven't seen do when they come into Bob Boozer Field is they're moving horizontally on the line. They're doing either jet sweeps, fake jet sweeps, motion, getting their quarterback out on the edge, which a lot of quarterbacks didn't have a chance to do. most teams elect to try to keep him in the pocket and have max protection, and then Brockport still gets through. Not Wise. He's trying to catch the edge.
Wise with Zhang behind him, fakes the handoff, throws deep. He's got a man, and they're going to call it pass interference here. That was Marquise Wright in coverage. Intended for Johnson. They tried to find him again down the sideline. And now Coach Mangoni wants an explanation. If Wright looked like he was. Yeah, I mean, Wright was playing the ball. I'm not really sure what the officials want him to do on that one. His head was turned 3 yards before Johnson falls down.
And that's the thing that's so upsetting to a coach is like, listen, you've already set the precedent on the previous one that should have been pass interference. Now this one should be pass interference or shouldn't, and you call it. What do you want my guys to do here?
Yeah, Johnson just fell down. It looked like if at best maybe their feet got tangled up, but Johnson went down. So I'm not sure what they wanted Wright to do. There was no contact at the top of the route. Wise takes the snap, pressure up the middle by Talbert. They're going to throw it, and number 4 caught that one. That was Papatonis. Hadich again lowered another shot.
Yeah, that'll get you out of a rhythm real quick as far as the defense goes. If you end up saying like, "Hey, what? I can't touch the guy now. What's going on here?" And it was interesting too because I looked at the schedule. I didn't know Brockport was playing the Chiefs today.
6-yard gain on the play here brings up 2nd and 6, and another ball down the sideline. That one knocked down Grooms in coverage. They tried to find Johnson again.
So Ryan, let me ask you: if you're watching a game or you're calling a game or everything like that, do you like the referees to be a little bit more loose and let the guys play it out a little bit more, or do you want every call?
I'd rather let the guys fight on the outside if they're gonna, if you're gonna let them hand fight, let them get physical with each other, best man win kind of situation. Now, if you're gonna grab them and drag them down, throw the flag there, but it's just some contact. Let them play.
Yeah.
Especially in these bowl games. Throw by Wise under pressure, and Wise brought down, and he went down awkward as Aiden Thomas kind of came in and undercut Wise. They're gonna.
Yeah, he's up. He's good.
He's all right. Yeah, that was kind of an awkward way
it looked
to go
ugly
down.
from up here.
But Aiden Thomas got pushed down as he was coming in. A good block there by the line, and Wise stepped up right into him as Talbert was bringing pressure. So another look here at Cam Mesh, trying to return this one. Nice spiral kick, and Mesh fields that one at the 11 as he tumbles to the ground. They're going to give him the 12 on it, and that's where Brockport's going to take back over here. And Coach Mangoni, he's letting his guys know, don't worry about it. Let's run our offense. We know we're better than this. Let's go get points.
Yeah, you have enough drives where you're off the script now, and you're trying to see what you can exploit as far as the University of Rochester defense. Obviously, they have very speedy middle linebackers. They're able to get to the edge well. They're covering all right. Sluka has been able to get free a few times. They're playing off. So up to Gasella to try to find a few of these guys open.
Do you try to see what you can do to get Simmons going here maybe on first down?
You could.
Big set here in front of him. They're going to quick pitch to the outside. Simmons makes the first man miss, wrapped up and brought down. He's going to pick up 2 on that one.
And true to form, Ryan, you just said, mostly they love running that trap play inside. He's trying to get him out to the edge to see if that works. So,
yeah.
Some of this is a little bit of a testing ground to see what would be open and what wouldn't be.
And number 55 was disruptive on that play. That was JT Monahan who got around the edge and forced Simmons to cut it back inside, not let him get out and turn the corner. So 2nd and 8 here for Brockport. Gasella takes the snap, throws. He's got Lamage, and that was Caldwell. Nope, that was Lamage. That was number 7 out there.
So that's one of those things as a receiver you're not really expecting. You know what I mean? Because you could do a body catch, you could do a hand catch. That one he tried to do a hand catch and he ended up corner came up and knocked the ball out. That's a tough one.
Yeah, it was a good play. Number 19 in coverage there. Brendan McDonald. A couple big plays already today for McDonald. So now 3rd and 8 here for Brockport. Trying to extend this drive. Looks like maybe pressure, but nope, they drop back. Throw outside to Caldwell, incomplete, sails over his head. So that's going to bring up another punt here for the Brockport special teams unit, Dan Giangrasso.
Yeah.
I think Giangrasso likes these types of punts. He likes to be able to get into them instead of the placement punts that he's been doing so far today. So we'll see what he can do here.
Yeah, but once again, we see, you apply a little pressure to Casella. What's the one thing he has to do? He can't really step into a throw, and you saw that fly over Caldwell's head.
Back to return is Johnson. Giangrasso, big punt, fielded at the 40. Out across the 50 is Johnson, finally brought down at the 45-yard line. And 44 they'll give him, actually, and that's where they'll take over.
And Brockport will start there, and U of R will start the next drive, so first and 10 for the 43.
So a nice punt by Giangrasso, but a good return.
I mean, you got to get a couple. I mean, come into Bob Boozer Field and take down Brockport, which has a very good defense. You need to get a couple breaks here and there. That double tip drill catch that extended the one drive. You've had a pass interference play not get called, and then one get called for you, and you've had 2 really big plays in the screen and the deep post. So, a bunch of things going right for Rochester, nothing really going right for Brockport, and it's still a 6-point game. So
they bring in Trey Johnson, is playing at the quarterback position, so a little bit of a wildcat set here for. Now there's a flag on the play. It's delay a game penalty here. And that's, as a coach, Mario, those are one of the ones you can't have those, right? We just got the ball back on a punt.
Furious.
Yeah, your offense is, you should be ready because you're all watching the punt return. So 5 yards back there, break for Brockport. And now same set here, though. They're going to bring Zhang in motion, and he's now back out of motion. Looks like this is maybe a new play they tried to install. They're not used to running this type of play, and Johnson gets to the edge, and Johnson does a good job of turning it into positive yardage.
Trey Johnson off the Wildcat.
Looks like he got the penalty back on that one.
I mean, a very close second to coming out of a change of possession and having a delay of game is calling a timeout and then punting it. Those are the things I don't understand. I really don't understand.
They only gave him 2 on that, actually, so a better job by Brockport than what it looked like. It looked like he was able to turn the corner, but instead they usher him out of bounds, so only 2 yards on that one. 2nd and 13 here for the Yellow Jackets, and back to that set. They're going to do a little push pass to Papantonis. Papantonis is, and he's out across the original line of scrimmage and an extra 3 yards with it. So that's going to bring up 3rd and 7 here.
Yeah, obviously coming into this game, Rochester thought they could exploit the edges on Brockport, which they're a very fast team sideline to sideline. So, that's why it's interesting to see that they're able to have so much success. But all the rollouts, all the jet sweeps, all the different types of formations that you're having, really giving Brockport a fit here.
Wise in the shotgun back into the game here after they ran a couple wildcat sets. Throw across the middle, right at the sticks. It's going to depend on the spot. And they're going to give them the first down here. So nice pitch and catch to Papantonis.
I always worried about that play when you had a double slant to twin side. If you throw it to the inside guy and it gets anywhere high, that back corner is going to pick it off.
1st and 10 here for the Yellow Jackets. They extend the drive on 3rd down. Call from the sideline. 4 wide set here for U of R. Here's the throw. They're going to throw that little sideline out. Hadich in coverage. That's caught by Papantonis out across the 30.
I always love that route combination against man. You had the outside guy running a streak and the inside guy just run a quick out.
Yeah.
It's simple pitch and catch for 5 yards.
2nd and 4 here coming up for Rochester.
Watch the bottom of your screen. That's the one-on-one matchup they want. Hadich is in the middle of the field. This is a straight man. There you
Yep,
go.
they go right at it.
There
And
it is.
Johnson with a nice grab, diving catch in front of Marquise Wright. So that's going to be a big gain, another one for Rochester, down to the 4.
Yeah, if Hadich was floating to the middle of the screen, that was cover 1, and he just saw the matchup that he wanted. He thought his guy can win the battle, and he did.
So brings up 1st and goal here for U of R. Adelman in the backfield with Wise. Pistol formation, 3 wide to the right, 1 to the left. And Papantonis in the middle wide receiver position on that trip side. They've liked him all day. A little slant route and pressure, throws to the back of the end zone, intercepted, but they're not going to say he's out of bounds when he came down with it. So Colton Thorpe came down with it. Oh, sorry, that was 26 Cam Neely who came down with that one. Brady Schnell, sorry. I'm going to get it one of these times. So Schnell comes in. Now Mario, you got that set up. Schnell, the freshman down here, number 8 on the lower half of the formation. Nuama, who had the first touchdown, 6'4", 280. Or sorry, 6'4", 220. Right at him and up and over the head. So
flag late.
A flag down late. We'll see what that is.
It's either a hold or on Robinson.
Roughing the passer.
Roughing the passer. Defense, number 6.
So they get him for a high hit on the quarterback. So Robinson got his hand up and tried to knock the ball down and caught Wise on the helmet on his way down. So half the distance and an automatic first down after Brockport had done a good job on 1st and 2nd down.
Okay, well, this keeps going this way. I might as well take the flags off the refs and put them on the players.
7:22 here left in the second quarter. Brockport trying to stave off a goal line opportunity here for U of R. We'll see if they give Adelman a chance at carrying the football. They do, and nowhere to go there.
Yeah,
Big Ben Robinson slicing in.
Yeah, Adelman on the season only has 62 total carries, so it's not like they're grinding in.
Aiden Thomas actually, I think, got that tackle in from his outside linebacker position. So loss of 2 on the play. 2nd and 4, back to where we were before the flag came out.
And once again, you have the matchup at the bottom of the screen that you like. If you're a U of R.
You're going to go look opposite, back corner, and incomplete. Great job breaking that up. That was Jameer Clark in coverage. They intended for Papantonis, but that was one of those. Clark got his hand in late on that one and broke it up as Papantonis tried to come down with it.
Yeah, and the beauty of that route combination is that you have the slant by Johnson coming early.
Yeah.
And then that one to back corner breaks late. So if he's not early on the first route, you still can read. You're still facing that way.
Yeah, and that's how you teach those defensive backs to play those corner routes, right? Is they play the hands.
Absolutely.
So good job there by Clark. 3rd and goal here, and U of R trying to punch one in. Now they're going to go the other way and out of bounds. Good coverage there by. That was Brady Schnell in coverage. They intended for Nuama. And now they're going to take the field goal to try to make it a 2-score game here if you're U of R.
Yeah, and I think if they would have hit that extra point, I think they go for it here.
Yeah, I agree.
But you see some of the reasons maybe why Rochester struggled down the stretch. I mean, we saw one run play in 8 inside the 5.
Yep. So here's a field goal opportunity. This is Kyle Brainerd, and this one's going to be about 21 yards out, dead center. He missed an extra point earlier. Kick is up. Kick is good, so makes it 16-7. U of R, and you think of the way that their defense has played so far. If you're their head coach, you think that's a big field goal there make it a 2-score game early.
Yeah, I mean, but we would be remiss if we didn't mention some of the penalties that did aid, Rochester on that drive. And, you're afforded 4 extra downs.
Yep.
You only get 3 points, which, hats off to the Brockport defense. But you had another pass interference that helped you get down there at least. So,
our first half sponsor today, Lattimore Physical Therapy and Sports Rehab. Lattimore currently offers 30 clinics throughout the area, including nearby locations in Brockport, North Chi-Lai, and Spencerport. More than 70 certified physical therapists have experience in treating most conditions and sports injuries, and in most cases can offer initial consultations within 24 hours for your convenience. Check them out, LattimorePT.com. So 6:32 here left. Brockport trying to get back into this ball game. Some self-inflicted wounds, some questionable wounds has gone so far. 16-7 U of R. And there's a squib kick there. It's going to be fielded by one of the up men. That's number 50 on the score sheet there. So that would be Chamar Ware. And
might as well kick it out of bounds.
To say at the start of the day today, I'm not sure Chamar Ware thought he was going to get his hands on the football unless it was a defensive scoop and score situation. But all the same, you're happy he hung on to it and did the right thing. You catch those up guys catch that ball and it's just 2 hands and go straight ahead until they bring you down.
How dare you, sir? Those special team guys dream of that every day.
Gasella back out at quarterback. Simmons to his left. Mott's in front. 2 wide to the right, 1 to the left. That's Nolan Sluka alone at the top of the formation.
You got him by himself if you want it.
Going to go to Caldwell, and Caldwell brings it in, and he gets to the 40-yard line. And
it's interesting, Ryan, when you see that one safety, Gasella comes up to the line, he sees that one safety in the middle of the field. You're like, okay, are they blitzing? Is it cover 1? Do I have man? Once you start seeing those corners bail out in the middle of your cadence, and you have a hitch called, you just love it. You're just like, this is a good pitch. All I got to do is just put it on him.
Quite the shove that Weirin gave Caldwell when he was heading out of bounds. So,
well, I mean,
we'll see as things get a little more physical as this game goes on. The more these refs let them get at each other. Throw across the middle, and that's Manna. Manna breaks a tackle, and then grabbed by a couple of defenders out to midfield. That's enough for a first down, and Brockport in business here, getting ready to head into Yellow Jacket territory. Casella looking a little more comfortable this drive.
Oh, absolutely. Those quick hitters are very, 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 very beneficial to Casella because he's not sitting back there. He's not really stepping into it too hard.
Diggins and number 12 combine on that tackle. Herder. Yes. There's Manna to the outside. And Manna finally brought down by Diggins again. Nope, that's number 18. You got that one.
By a swarm of Yellow Jackets.
It's terrifying imagery. Good job there by Santos to finally bring Manna down. Just a little quick flare to the outside.
So Ryan, 5:01 left, 4-down territory.
Yeah, this is 4-down territory here. You got to get 6 if you're Brockport. I don't think Coach Mangoni's going to be happy unless he's scoring touchdowns.
Yeah, I think though, but with points coming at a premium today, with Casella's playing well, but I mean, there's another high one
up and over. Manna unable to get to that one.
You like to get some sort of points here. I mean, that's the big deal.
Is incomplete, intended for Daniel Manna. 3rd and 7 for Brockport.
I wouldn't be surprised if they tried to throw to Sluka back shoulder.
Yeah.
Maybe you try to get some kind of flag here, but I mean Rochester's content being up 9. They're going to stay in cover 2 or cover 4 and cover 3.
We haven't seen Sluka yet on that slant route. They do like to run that to him. He's on the top of the formation here. We'll see if they look for him, if that linebacker bails out. They're going to run a screen pass here to Simmons. Simmons with a couple blockers in front of him, lowers his shoulder. He's got enough for a first down. So a rare screen sighting from Coach Mangoni. Last game of the year, Mario. Can't leave anything in the playbook.
That was a big 3rd down, too.
Big 3rd down.
Yeah, I mean, Rochester obviously coming out. It's 3rd and long. They're in a cover 4. And, exploit the aggressiveness of the Rochester defensive line there.
So first down for Brockport. Gasella's going to get a free play here. He hands it off to Simmons, and Simmons thrown to the ground. Number 12 on the tackle there for Rochester. That's Luke Herter. But Simmons is going to pick up big yardage, and this penalty will be declined coming here from the officials.
Offside. Defense. Number 0. That penalty is declined. Second down.
The official started it. He was going to do a false start penalty there, but so instead it's a offsides. Joe DeBonis, who's been quiet tonight, but the leading defensive player for Rochester, he's been quiet from his defensive end position. Graduate student from Rochester. 3:50 left. 2nd and 2 coming up here. And Manna in the backfield fakes the handoff to Simmons, and he's across the 20-yard line into the red zone. Daniel Manna down to the 15-yard line, tackled by number 7, Simon Weirin, brought out of bounds.
Yeah, Manna just treated that like it was a return on a kickoff. Yeah. He was just following his blockers and picking and choosing where he wanted to cut, and it was actually, excellent pickup by Manna.
Gasella back on the field here. Goddard and Motz both check into the game as well. Simmons in the backfield, and Sluka again one-on-one coverage on the top of the formation. We'll see if they take a shot on first down here. Give it to Simmons instead. He breaks through the line of scrimmage and brought down at the 10-yard line. Number 6 on the tackle there. That's Jack Yensel, who had the interception earlier.
Yeah, Rochester with 2 timeouts left, then we have that 2-minute warning that's coming up. I don't think Mangoni wants to give the ball back at all this game, at least this half, to Rochester. So that's why he's taking a more deliberate approach, running Simmons a little bit more.
And Rochester does receive the second half kickoff today, so as they kicked it away to Brockport to open things here. Gasella with Simmons to his left. Heavy formation here for Brockport. They're going to give it to Simmons off the right side. He's patient behind his blockers, finally lowers his head, and picks up 3 yards on that one. Nice run, patient run by Simmons, and he kind of waited, and then just decided to accelerate into the defender. So Brockport can get a first down here. They got to get to the 5 to do that. They're going to let this one come all the way down to the 2-minute warning. And we'll get ourselves a free timeout here for Brockport.
And I thought it was interesting. They came out in a very, heavy set with one receiver. I'm interested to see what they come out with after the 2-minute warning.
So 2 minutes here left in the first half. We'll give our first half sponsor one more shout out today, Lattimore Physical Therapy and Sports Rehab. At Lattimore, their physical therapists enjoy the work they do and bring a positive attitude to their patients' therapy experience. They want their patients' therapy to be something they look forward to each and every session. If patients tell their friends and family about their success at Lattimore, they know they've done their job. LattimorePT.com. So big third down here, as cliche as it sounds to say, but biggest third down we've seen in this half so far here for Brockport. They're trying to get back into this ball game, down 16-7, and if they can get points here before halftime, that will be a big win for them.
Yeah, and
to
if
try and sway the momentum, especially if they can take another 45, 50 seconds off the clock doing so. If they can get a first down and not score, now you're going to force U of R to decide, do we want to use our timeouts here?
Yeah, absolutely. You always want to have one in the bag. So if U of R is able to get a stop here on Brockport, they're definitely going to use it, one of them.
Manna hands it off to Simmons. Simmons lowers his head. He's going to fight forward. Not going to get the first down. They're going to mark him shy at the 4. So 4th and 1 and decision time for Coach Mangoni. Gasella off and is staying off. It's going to be Manna and Simmons in this one. Looking here, it's going to bring
Now it's
up
a game of chicken with timeouts.
That's right. 4th down. Simmons, Manna in the backfield, and now there's the timeout. Rochester wants to talk about this one, and that is the second timeout that U of R took. Remember, they took one early in the first quarter.
Yeah, that's interesting. You let 15 seconds go off the clock if you're Rochester. If you were thinking about getting the ball back with a possible drive.
Yeah, so is this timeout more about getting the ball back, or is it more about
not allowing
let's make sure they don't get a first down.
Yeah, I think that's more about what that is.
So now an opportunity for Coach Mangoni to think about what he does offensively. Does he stay with the Wildcat, or does he bring in Gasella and go a little bit more straight power here?
Yeah, and that's where, Gasella takes nearly all of his snaps in the shotgun.
Yeah.
So it's not like you can do a tush push or anything like that for a yard.
So same formation comes out for Brockport. They go heavy. They've got 2 tight ends. They've got Joe Motz, and then they've got 2 guys with speed behind them, Manna and Simmons. And you got to think this one is Simmons in that short yardage. It is, and Simmons spins. Simmons right at the sticks. I don't think he got there. They marked him short, and it's going to be first down Rochester. So Isaiah Simmons unable to pick up the first down.
See, that's where I'm at odds there, Ryan.
Isaiah Simmons on the carry.
Great penetration, number 55, the game wrecker so far today for Rochester. JT Monahan blew up the left guard and got sliced in there and forced Simmons to take a step.
Now, either that was an option read for Manna, he decided to hand it to Simmons, or, I don't understand why, if he's just straight handing it off, why wasn't Casella in there to at least give the defense a hint that he may throw it?
Yeah, yep.
Because you're not worried about Manna throwing it. So they were able to load the box up and not worry about the pass.
So here's Wise, 1:21 left. 1 timeout. They hand it to Adelman. Nope, that's not Adelman. That is 25 on the carry for Rochester. So that's Cole Rao.
For the U of R.
And they're in hurry-up mode here. They pick up a first down, pick up a first down inside of a minute here. U of R letting a lot of time come off the clock between snaps. And they're going to hand it again here, see if Rao can make something happen. And he's cut down by number 33 in there, Liam Neely. 35 seconds left, and doesn't look like U of R is going for much of anything other than just to run the clock down here. Go into halftime with a 2-possession lead, and almost intercepted. I don't think
Snell expected it.
I don't think Snell saw it. He wasn't expecting the ball to be there. Otherwise, he only got one hand up late. But that was a dangerous throw by Wise. That's a game-changing pick-6 type of ball right there that he just threw. Schnell does a good job of reading it, but I don't think Schnell expected it to be that high coming out of the hands of Wise.
You burn a timeout if they don't get it here?
I might.
I mean, you got 3.
Why not?
Can't take
3.
them home.
That's right. You don't get extra points by taking them into halftime with you. They're going to throw. They're going to run it. Wise is going to scramble, and Talbert and Hadich introduces himself to Wise, and timeout by Mangoni with 19 seconds left. Boy, Hadich, she's on a mission today. He's had 3 big hits already in this first half. So now you're going to force a punt. The punter has struggled so far today. We'll see who goes back to return. It's been Mesh most of the season, but don't forget, Manna did win Empire 8 Special Teams Player of the Week 1 week as a punt returner.
And also
he had a fumble issue, and that's when they turned it over to Mesh.
Yeah, also the last time that Brockport was here at Bob Boozer Field against the number 2 ranked team in the nation, they were able to get their hands on one and recover it in the end zone.
That's right.
Interestingly enough, you really don't lose much if you go after it. There's 22 seconds left. You'll have 2 timeouts left. I mean, you could take a shot to go at it. Oh, now we're going to have a
Rochester. And final of the half.
So Rochester now calls a timeout. They want to talk about this as Brockport lined up to bring pressure.
Yeah, you're pretty much talking to your punter right now. You're saying, listen, I don't really care that much about distance. Just make sure you get it off.
.22 seconds left here, so the refs put a few seconds back on the clock before This one, reminder, Brockport 2 timeouts. 16-7 Rochester. Rochester receives the second half kickoff, so Brockport going to see what they can do, maybe get Monteperto into range, or see if they can make a big play with their 2 big wide receivers in Sluka and Caldwell.
Yeah, I think if this is returned by mesh with any kind of decent return, I think you'll have around 15. Maybe 14 seconds left on the clock to make a decision.
They didn't get there. Mash is going to let this one bounce at the 50, and it's going to roll. That's going to run time off the clock inside the 40, and 8 seconds on the clock.
You got to catch it.
You
got to try.
You got to either catch it or you got to fall on it once it comes to the ground. Once it hits the ground.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think
that's what Coach Mangoni's talking about. That's what Coach Mangoni's telling Mesh on. You got to get on that ball.
Yeah, I think you just take a knee and bring it into halftime and see if your adjustments can serve you well in the second half.
We'll see, however, because Gasella is coming out on the field. I thought they were bringing Mana back out, but it's Gasella. He's going to get under center, so this will be a kneel down coming for Brockport. So after two turnovers in the first quarter, Brockport finds themselves down 16-7. They're in a dogfight here against the University of Rochester Yellow Jackets. We're going to go into halftime, see what type of adjustments both teams make, and we'll be back for the second half here. We're going to take a break first. Make sure you stay with us here on the Rock Sports Network Golden Eagles Game of the Week, brought to you by Bob Johnson Auto Group.
Sculpted lines, impressive hardware, aggressive stance. It can only mean one thing. 'Tis the season to get out and tailgate. Right now at every Bob Johnson, buy any new or used truck, we'll throw in a Mafia-ready folding table absolutely free. Bob Johnson, this is where the savings are.
Bob Johnson.
While we celebrate 140 years of serving our community, the kind of delicious joy that lasts a lifetime, we look forward to serving you for 140 more. With hardworking, wholehearted, passionate people who will help shape new memories for generations to come.
Customize your great plate every Tuesday at Bill Gray's with hot dogs, cheeseburgers, mac salad, home fries, beans, tots, and more. Bill Gray's Great Plate Tuesdays, only $9.99.
Gimme, Bill Gray's.
If you're living with pain or recovering from surgery and don't know where to start, Lattimore Physical Therapy can help. The Lattimore Promise includes an individual diagnosis with a highly trained licensed physical therapist on your first visit, a personalized treatment plan, communication with your doctor, and a continued personal care plan. You're never more than minutes away from pain relief. Visit LattimorePT.com.
Lattimore Physical Therapy.
Honey, who's got the best deal on
Bob Johnson?
flower pots? The best deal on flower pots.
Bob Johnson doesn't have deals on flower pots, but we have the very best deals on new cars, trucks, and SUVs. Best inventory, best service, best pricing, best people. Bob Johnson, this is where the savings are.
Bob Johnson.
Bob Johnson!
Whether it was Dad letting you grill for the first time, or Grandpa taking you out to a ball game, or even a summer picnic before the fireworks on the 4th of July, Zweigel's has created generations of memories that shape who we are and what our community has become.
And don't forget to stop by Perry's Pizzeria, the official pizza of Brockport Athletics. Perry's Pizza located on Main Street in the Village.
sculpted lines, impressive hardware, aggressive stance. It can only mean one thing. 'Tis the season to get out and tailgate. Right now at every Bob Johnson, buy any new or used truck, we'll throw in a Mafia-ready folding table absolutely free. Bob Johnson, this is where the savings are.
Bob Johnson.
While we celebrate 140 years of serving our community, the kind of delicious joy that lasts a lifetime, we look forward to serving you for 140 more. With hardworking, wholehearted, passionate people who will help shape new memories for generations to come.
Customize your great plate every Tuesday at Bill Gray's with hot dogs, cheeseburgers, mac salad, home fries, beans, tots, and more. Bill Gray's Great Plate Tuesdays, only $9.99.
Gimme, Bill Gray's.
If you're living with pain or recovering from surgery and don't know where to start, Lattimore Physical Therapy can help. The Lattimore Promise includes an individual diagnosis with a highly trained licensed physical therapist on your first visit, a personalized treatment plan, communication with your doctor, and a continued personal care plan. You're never more than minutes away from pain relief. Visit LattimorePT.com.
Lattimore Physical Therapy.
Honey, who's got the best deal on
Bob Johnson.
flower pots? The best deal on flower pots.
Bob Johnson doesn't have deals on flower pots, but we have the very best deals on new cars, trucks, and SUVs. Best inventory, best service, best pricing, best people. Bob Johnson, this is where the savings are.
Bob Johnson.
Bob Johnson.
Whether it was Dad letting you grill for the first time,
All right, we are back here from Bob Boozer Field, Eunice Kennedy Shriver Stadium for the second half as the Brockport Golden Eagles trail the University of Rochester Yellow Jackets 16-7 in the ECAC Clayton Chapman Bowl. Brockport set to kick it away here to start the second half. Mario, we were talking during halftime, and you turn the ball over twice, get some bad penalties in the first half. You're going into halftime only down 9. There is a reason for optimism if you're the Brockport Golden Eagles here.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you couldn't have any more things go against you if you were Brockport. But, I mean, Brockport's got to inject a little bit of life into their sidelines as well if they want to come out hot in the second half.
Ball gets kicked away. Nice kick there. Fielded at the 5-yard line, out across the 15. And he scoots to the left side of the formation, across the 20, across the 25, turns the edge, and knocked out of bounds.
Trey Johnson on the return for the U of R.
Trey Johnson with a nice return out to the 30-yard line, and there's a flag down.
It looked like there was a hold, right? But we'll check on it. Also, point of note, it rained a little bit at halftime, so.
Yeah, and when you're facing a quarterback that's playing as well as Creighton Wise, 11 for 19, 180 yards, 2 touchdowns, you're not afraid to see the rain come through.
During the return, illegal low block, kicking team, number 30, 15 yards.
So they call an illegal low block on Rochester on number 30. Picks up the penalty there. Christian Henses on Rochester. So half the distance to the goal, and that means that Rochester's first drive of the second half will start at the 15-yard line instead of the 30. So actually back to the 13. That's where we'll finally mark it. So the backbone of this team all season, Mario, has been this defense, and we'll see if someone's going to step up and make a play here. Wise hands it. Pana.
Yeah, if there was one thing that Fox was going to make an adjustment at halftime was he wasn't going to let them get to the edge. And
Papantonis on the carry there, and he's going to pick up 4.
Had to cut back immediately.
Second and 6 here. Still no running back in the game here for U of R. They're straight throw. So far today, these wide receivers doing a good job of getting open, and they fake the handoff, and dead to rights. Kyle Hadich had Wise in the backfield. Now he's asking him, where'd you think you were going on that one? That's what that head turn looked like as he walked by.
He was strolling through the OK Corral on that one.
3rd and 8 here. Brockport trying to go pitch a 3 and out to open the half, get their offense the ball back. Brockport had an opportunity to get it to within 1 score at the end of the second half, and they were stoned on 4th and 1. So Brockport defense trying to flip the momentum here if they can early in the second half. Robinson showing pressure up the middle. He comes around the right side instead, and that one's broken up. Mike Talbert got his hand on that one. Should say for Talbert, he got a paw on that one. Papatonis unable to bring it in, and that's going to bring out the punt unit for both teams. Cam Mesh, his first opportunity the second half, underwhelming so far today. 1 fielded punt, no return.
Yeah, and that's what you had to do if you were Brockport coming out of the second half. Your defense had to set the tone for the rest of the second half, and they were able to get off the field.
Mesh standing at midfield, and a couple of shifts here for U of R. Brockport bringing the pressure, unable to get a hand on it. Great punt. Great punt there. Yeah, and Mesh fields it at the 38-yard line. So,
yeah, we talked about it, Ryan. I mean, at halftime a little bit more. Not so much the unfavorable penalties that they had. The turnover. You had 1 turnover that was in the red zone. You had another turnover on downs, which was at inside the 10. Mm-hmm. So it's not a question of Brockport being able to move the ball on this Rochester defense. It's being able to finish their drives. And for the most part, Rochester has survived on 2 really big plays today. So we'll see if that consistency wins out for Brockport in this offense.
Casella takes the snap, gets it to Simmons. Simmons trying to make something happen here. He's been slow to start today, and Simmons and across the 40.
Getting up a little gingerly.
Slow to get up there after he took a shot, and also gets up with only half a jersey. So
he's rocking the Ezekiel Elliott a la 2020.
Simmons, tough start to the game, 12 carries, 31 yards in that first half. Fake it to him. They're going to throw that slant route to Sluka, and Sluka's off to the races. Sluka with a man in front, cuts back to the middle of the field, across the 20, down to the 15-yard line. Nolan Sluka injecting some life into this Golden Eagle offense. And we've been waiting on that one. They've used that slant route consistently, the little RPO slant, and Rochester was on their heels when he caught it.
Because that backer's usually the one that's going to be in the throwing lane putting his hands up. And because you do that little bit inside of a fake, he bites on the fake and he opens up that window for you.
Good job by Caldwell downfield blocking, but didn't pick up a penalty. The defender turned his back to him a couple times, and Simmons off the right side, and he's going to get stacked up at the 11, so he's going to pick up 3 on first down.
3 on the play will be 2nd and 7 from the 11-yard
line. So 2nd and 7 coming up here from the 11, and this is where Brockport scored their only touchdown. It was Gasella to Caldwell with 6:22 gone in the first quarter, and that was the only scoring that Brockport's done so far. Still only down 9. 16-7, 2nd and 7 for Gasella. 3 wide set with Simmons to his left. They're going to give it to Simmons right behind Big Joe Motz. Simmons breaks a tackle, breaks another, and scampers out of bounds at about the 5. They're going to give him the 4. So Simmons picks up a first down, and now it's 1st and goal for the Golden Eagles.
Yeah, the first 3.5 minutes couldn't have gone any better for the Brockport Golden Eagles here.
That play would have looked good on 4th and 1 at the end of the first half there, right?
Yep. Revisionist history.
That little counter trap that they like to run with Motz coming across the face of the quarterback, lead blocking for Simmons, and now Goddard and Lewis both in at the tight end position. Simmons takes it, jump cut to the right, breaks a tackle across the 5, and he's in. Isaiah Simmons with the second effort. What a run by Isaiah Simmons to get into the end zone and open the scoring of the second half. Brockport, a great drive. 61-yard drive on that one, and Brockport punches it in. That looked the vintage Golden Eagles coming out of the half. A 3-down, 3rd and 3 and out on the defensive side of the ball, and a touchdown drive finished off by Isaiah Simmons on offense. Monteperto in to add the extra point. 3rd team All-Empire 8 this season as the kicker, and it is good. So 16-14, Mario. And you
amazing
had mentioned
what 4 minutes can do.
That's amazing. And you had mentioned 24-23 as this game went on, and it's looking to shape up. That Brockport's got some momentum going now, and
yeah, like I said, I mean, we talked about it at halftime. I didn't see any trouble except for a couple of times here and there. Brockport moving the football on this Rochester defense. I thought they could move it consistently. They were just catching some bad breaks here and there. You had the non-pass interference call that gets you get turnover. You're in the red zone with Caldwell. He fumbles. You have a turnover on downs where 9 times out of 10 you pick that up. And you're only down 9, so you needed a 3 and out. Got it, check. You needed to have a solid drive with a score, check. And then now it's up to the University of Rochester to say, okay, what's your response now? You don't have penalties or turnovers helping you out. Let's see what you do.
And I think the other big check on that drive was, can we get Isaiah Simmons going?
Absolutely,
running the football. That offensive line won their battles on that drive, and they had not. So far today, at least, they had not been winning their battles up front.
Yeah, and sometimes it's just you tweak something on the line here and there that just opens up the running back, and now the defense has to adjust to you.
McGowan with a short kick fielded by number 5 at about the 14-yard line, and he's going to cross the 25 and get ushered out of bounds at the 30-yard line. So Micah Butler with a return for U of R, the senior from Palm Beach, Florida. 10:55 here in the second half. Our second half sponsor today is Bill Gray's Restaurant and Tap Rooms. Every Tuesday is Great Plate Tuesday at Bill Gray's. Just $9.99 for 2 Bill Gray's cheeseburgers on top of home fries and mac salad, loaded with your choice of toppings, including Bill Gray's famous meat hot sauce. Great Plate Tuesday every Tuesday. Gimme Bill Gray's.
Yeah, one of the things that Rochester had a lot of success with in the first half was trying to get Johnson one-on-one when Brockport was going to blitz.
And they're going to finally try to hand the ball off in this second half. Nothing doing for Rochester. Big tackle there by Brockport. That was Chris Lee, number 56 for the Golden Eagles, in a starting role today. Usually that role is reserved for Luca Friedman, but they're going with Lee here. Sorry, it was usually Daywin Fanner who mans that role, but Lee steps into the starting role today. 1 on the play for Rowe. They're going to roll Wise to his left, try to throw. It's tipped. Hadich got a finger on that one. That was intended for Johnson. So 2nd and 9 turns into 3rd and 9, and Brockport trying to get back off the field again and give the ball back to their offense here.
And this is where, if you're Rochester, you don't want to be. I mean, you can have all the motion, you can have all the bells and whistles you want, but when Fox decides to dial it up on a 3rd and double sticks, you're going to be behind the 8 ball here.
It's actually 3rd and 11 the way that they have the sticks marked. So Wise and this offense behind schedule.
One-on-one at the bottom
snap.
again.
They're just running 3. They're going to run that same route again, and he's going to loft it deep and just missed Johnson. That was Johnson smartly waited, and as soon as the safety came to bring second pressure, Johnson broke it off and tried to go deep.
Yeah, and that's probably a communication issue, but you want to put it right on him. If you're rolling out like that and the defender comes right at you, you don't really want to lead him into the safety. You want to put it right on him.
So Mesh back to return this one. It was a nice punt by Wing on his last opportunity. High punt this time. Mesh calls for a fair catch, and that's fielded at the 38-yard line. So Mesh does his job and secures good field position for the Golden Eagles. And Brockport's going to see if they can go get a lead now after being down 9 at halftime. It's amazing how quick things can change here at Bob Boozer Field when that defense shows up to play.
Yeah, Rochester, two possessions, 2 3-and-outs, 2 minutes of possession.
So out comes Gasella, and that look we saw a couple weeks ago against Cortland, it's Mesh and Simmons in the backfield here. Goddard, the tight end position, Caldwell and Sluka, the wide receivers to the top half of the formation. Mesh goes right to left in front of Simmons. It's a snap. They're going to give it to Simmons off the right side through the hole, and he's out to the 45-yard line, so 7-yard gain for Simmons. Going to bring up 2nd and 3 here for Brockport. Seems like a different rushing attack, at least so far, for Brockport in the second half. They're figuring out how to run the ball against this stout Rochester defense. Fakes the handoff, throws that slant route. That's to Caldwell, off his hands and intercepted.
Diggins with the pick.
So the ball goes off the hands through the hands of Brian Caldwell and into the waiting arms of Jack Diggins.
Yeah, we talked about the rain at halftime. May or may not have contributed to the ball slipping right through Caldwell's hands, because you expect him to catch those. May have came in a little bit hot. It is a very inside route. So U of R once again with a very favorable bounce going in their favor in plus territory already. So we're going to see how this Brockport defense responds.
Second interception thrown by Gasella today, and second turnover that was started in the hands of Caldwell. They're going to try to run it, fake the handoff to Zhang and fake the pitch to Papantonis, and Wise keeps it, and Brockport not fooled by the oop-de-oop on that one.
Grooms with a heck of a play coming up from his corner spot.
Elijah Grooms will break up that play by the U of R. Loss of 5 on the play.
So that was Johnson actually that had that one. I thought it was Wise, but they had kept the receiver in the game at the Wildcat spot. So now Wise back into the game here, and 2nd and 15. Not much mystery as to what's coming here. So see how they use that running back in the game here. Robinson showing pressure up the middle. They fake the handoff. Marionetti bringing pressure. Wise takes off and runs, and he slides, and they're going to mark him 1 yard shy of the original line of scrimmage.
Wouldn't you?
Yeah. I mean, when Mike Talbert's coming at me, I probably would, even at my age.
It was interesting, too, because they also had, once again, a levels concept, but nobody was open. They had a guy on the backside who he looked for. It wasn't open.
Well, this is, I mean, it's almost game planning-wise. It was almost an uncharacteristic opportunity from Coach Mike Fox, and it's the second time he's done that. They show pressure. He drops off, and they only rush 3. So they drop 8 guys in coverage, and then Marionetti was able to get pressure off the edge and force Wise to tuck it, but I don't think he was expecting there to be that many guys in coverage on that one. Here comes pressure off the backside, the throw, and nice catch, adjustment and catch, and a flag down, but
the hat's off for the ref.
The hat's off, so they're going to say he stepped out of bounds on that one. And that's an incomplete pass, so
yep.
It looked like it was a nice catch, but
Yeah, they let.
Oh,
they
he
let,
came down. He came down out of bounds. He caught it, but he came down with his feet out of bounds.
Yeah, they
Good
let
call
that
there by
one
the
play
official.
out because that was a very physical rep on that sideline.
So now Cam Mesh back to return, standing at his own 14-yard line. We'll see what Wing can do here. He's had a couple of nice punts this half so far. We didn't see him much in the first half. Wing gets a nice spiral away. Mesh calls for a fair catch and makes it at the 16-yard line. And that's where Brockport's going to get another shot here. So, as is tradition with Coach Mangoni, maybe look for something to Caldwell here to.
Yeah, I don't know if he puts it on the outside, maybe like a jet sweep.
Yeah, that's what he did. That's what he did after the fumble.
Yeah.
They came out and just ran him on a jet sweep,
and it's not something to be deliberate. He just wants to let the kid know that he still has confidence in him, and those things happen in the course of a game. And I mean, if Rochester wants to play this defensive set, I mean, you do have one-on-one on the outside.
Yep. And Manna in the slot.
The only problem is he's probably going to bail off the snap, so you'd have to run a hitch.
Simmons in the backfield with Casella, and he's going to get the carry, and he's up the middle. Isaiah Simmons into the defensive backfield. 12-yard gain on the play, finally brought down by number 1, Zion Gray. Nope, sorry, that was 7 who had that tackle, Simon Weirin. And Simmons already over his first half rushing total here through 3 drives in the second half. Huge hole opened up on that one for him. 2 wide, 3 wide set here. They're going to toss it out to Simmons, and Simmons makes the first man miss across the 30, and Turf Monster grabbed him at about the 32, so Simmons, another nice gain there, 5 on the play.
I was going to say he blew a tire at the 30. But, you're starting to see the rhythm, Casella getting in the rhythm, this offense getting in the rhythm, which is a stark contrast to how Rochester came out already, 3 and outs already, and it's just past the halfway point of the quarter.
Brockport at their own 33-yard line, 2nd and 5 here for the Golden Eagles. Pressure coming off the left side. They hand it to Simmons, and he's tripped up. Number 55 in there, JT Monahan, who tripped him up. It looked like he got him with his legs, but I think they were just tangled up with the blocker. So looks like a nickel defense here coming in for U of R as Diggins and
Beware the slot at the top of your screen. Lamage coming in.
Lamage and Sluka to the top of the formation. Manna and Caldwell to the lower half of the formation. Simmons in the backfield. They're going to throw. He's going to throw. He's got Manna, and Manna down the sideline. 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Daniel Manna from Ben Gasella for 69 yards, and the Golden Eagles are up in the second half. Just a hole shot on that one, Mario.
Yeah, you want to run that cover 1, and you want to put a safety on me? Okay, that sounds good. So that's
a stiff arm to Brendan McDonald, and Manna was off to the races.
Yeah, Gasella coming up to the line, you're just looking to see who has the best matchup at that point, and Manna was it.
And Montepero adds the extra point, and it is 21-16 now for Brockport. And what a catch by Manna, and then to finish the run with a stiff arm to McDonald. So in a flash, Ben Gasella and Daniel Manna connect for 69 yards to put the Golden Eagles up.
Yeah.
And now, with your coach Fox, you've got a defense that gets to play with a lead and a quarterback that likes to throw. So this will be fun to see what they've got dialed up for this defensive possession here.
Yeah, it's interestingly enough, I don't know why Rochester didn't try to at least establish some type of a run game coming out in the second half with the lead, because you knew that Brockport was probably going to be, pressing to try to get the ball back as fast as they could. And you have 3 and outs, and then you allow Brockport to score, back-to-back drives. Or I'm saying the 2 out of the 3 drives that they had in the second half. But I used to love those. When we used to run those doubles, you have both your slot guys go on the seam. You say, okay, which one do I want to throw to this time? That's when I saw Lamage come in. I thought he was going to go to him.
McGowan to kick this one away here. They're back to return for U of R, and this one is going to go to Johnson, who cuts it back to the middle of the field across the 15, wrapped up and brought down right at the 20-yard line.
Johnson met right at the 20-yard line on the return, and that is where
Rochester Yellow Jackets, we'll see them again here. 5:42 left in the third quarter. And U of R has got to get something going offensively here. It's not going to want to give the ball back to this offense. Their defense already on its heels, and to go right back out after another 3 and out would be maybe disaster mode for Rochester. So it's Wise and Adelman in the backfield. Papantonis goes in motion. They're going to hand it to him on the jet sweep. Nobody's fooled by Brockport on that one. He picks up 3 on the play. Ben Robinson and Aiden Thomas in on the tackle.
Yeah, I like the play by Schnell on that one too. He flew up from his corner spot to force him inside where all the hammers were coming.
4 wide here for U of R. Number 37, Jeremy Tentalo, checks into the game. He's the top receiver in the formation. He's going to send his running back in motion. Looks to throw the slant. He's got Johnson, and Johnson takes a shot from Talbert, but hangs on enough for a first down there. So a little momentum here for Rochester. Johnson has been the go-to guy so far today in the passing game. That's his sixth catch of the game. He's already up over 150 yards.
Yeah, and Wise is going to try to continue to exploit that matchup no matter what corner's on him if he thinks it's man. Because he thinks that Johnson can win any kind of one-on-one matchup. And he's up against Grooms. Now you got he's motioning across now.
They're going to hand it to him on the jet sweep, and he's got some room to run. Breaks a tackle down the sideline, and he's knocked out of bounds by number 37 for Brockport. 33, Liam Neely knocks him out of bounds.
Yeah, but one of the things they were doing before they motioned him was they were putting Neely over the top and Grooms underneath to try to see if they could slow Johnson down, which has really only been Rochester's consistent form of offense.
Out across midfield into Golden Eagle territory at the 40-yard line is where U of R has moved the ball to. Wise takes the snap, looks to throw. Ball's tipped. Good job there to tip that one. That was Marionetti who got his hands on that one. So good job by Marionetti, big number 55, to get his hands up on that one.
I mean, do you think Rochester has a counter play to the jet sweep? Because if you did with your running back.
Now might be a good time,
yeah,
right?
You put Johnson in motion, and then you counter back the other way. There's not going to be a soul over there.
Pistol formation here for Brockport. Wise. Papantonis goes in motion. They fake the handoff to him. He's going to throw down the sideline, and good adjustment and catch. Caught by number 41, the running back, Greg Morrison.
Number 41, Greg Morrison.
So a nice sideline route there. Morrison was lined up as the H-back, and he just runs a wheel route. And Neely was in coverage, unable to. I mean, that was just an adjustment ball, right? Neely had no reason to think they were going to come back for that.
Yeah, nice little back shoulder.
So first down here for Rochester, down to the 25-yard line, knocking on the door of the red zone. Another go ball here. That one's read by Neely, almost intercepted. Grooms in coverage, but Neely read that one and came across from his safety position, almost came down with that one.
You know, that's a heck of a play from the freshman, because he started to show that he was going toward the middle of the field, and then kind of broke it back out when he saw Johnson and Wise looking over there.
2nd and 10 here. 3 wide. They brought in a tight end, Jackson Kane, in the game here on the right side of the formation. Now Johnson has to reset. Papantonis goes in motion, and they are going to give it to him across the 25, and he's stacked up at the 20, so 5-yard gain there on the play, met by a host of Golden Eagle defenders.
And it's almost like Rochester is supplementing an off-tackle play with the jet sweep.
Yeah.
That's the only way they can get outside.
Seems like they can't trust their running backs to get to the edge.
Yeah.
Gain of 5, sets up 3rd and 5, and it's a good one.
Neely poking his head in there again, trying to knock the ball out. So 3rd and 5 here. Brockport looking to hold University of Rochester to maybe a field goal attempt. I'm not sure. That'd be a 42-yarder from here, or 37-yarder from here. Wise looks to throw, pressure in his face. He finds his man. That's Papantonis, and good job there by number 26 for Brockport. Brady Schnell, he had a hold of the jersey, holding on for dear life. And Papantonis only gets to the 10 as a result. Sorry, the 11. So still a chance to get a first down here for U of R.
Yeah, I mean, credit to U of R. They're making some pretty key plays on 3rd downs to try to keep the drive alive, to try to get in the end zone here.
4-wide formation here for U of R. Dan Green checks into the game in the slot, lower half of the formation. Here comes Papantonis again. They're going to give it to him, and he fumbles it, and it's going to go out of bounds. So a break for U of R as that one goes out of bounds. Neely was driving on it. He might have scored if he was able to pick it up.
Ryan, how many games have we watched together that one team just seems to get so many different breaks in the game, you know?
Loss of 3 on the play. That's out at the 14-yard line. So Robinson looked like he disrupted that one. He kind of broke into the backfield.
Yeah, and if you're Rochester in this scenario and you end up getting to 4th down, are you comfortable taking 3 points?
Yeah, I think you have to, because you can't give it back, down here. First time you've been in the red zone all half. Here's the throw to the middle of the field and caught. That's Papantonis. He got behind Hadich. That was between Hadich and Clark.
Yeah, he faked like he was going to go to the flat, I believe, and then just kind of ran up the seam. There it is.
Little double move on Hadich. He fell for it, and Clark wasn't able to get over the top. So 22-21. Here comes the extra point attempt from Brainerd. And Brainerd, the kick is up, and the kick is good.
Cal Brainerd's extra point is good with 59 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. The U of R regained the lead up 23-21.
So 59 seconds left in the 3rd quarter here. And Brockport's going to see if they can answer back.
What did I say at halftime?
24-23.
I'm looking for Feruza Bulk to go nod at Lynn Swan at this point.
Give our second half sponsor another shout out here. Bill Gray's Restaurant and Tap Rooms. Every Tuesday is Great Plate Tuesday at Bill Gray's. Just $9.99 for 2 Bill Gray's cheeseburgers on top of home fries and mac salad. Loaded with your choice of toppings, including Bill Gray's famous meat hot sauce. Great Plate Tuesday every Tuesday. Give me Bill Gray's. And boy, they say there's inflation going on. Not at Bill Gray's on Tuesdays.
Oh boy.
$9.99 Great Plate.
Last game
that's called a recession buster is what that's called.
I will say, I tried the Great Plate after our Cortland game that we called here. Give me more. Like, that's what I'm saying.
You did not share.
No, I did
with
not.
Your significant other on that one. So they're going to kick it away here. Manna and Simmons, and this one's going to be fielded by the up back and just downed right away. Tim Lewis fielded that one.
Well, I could speak from experience. I was on that, not the back line. I wasn't fast enough, but I was on the line right before that, the one that used to form the wedge. And he said,
back when you could form a wedge.
When I could form a wedge. Coach always used to say, if you have to take one step back, don't. We got it for you.
If you got to take one step back, just get to the wedge.
Just go straight.
Yes. So Gasella is going to take over. Brockport's going to get the ball at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, and I think you stick with you dance with who brung you. You know what I mean?
That's right.
But now you got Mana.
So they're running the Wildcat here with Mana, and they've got Simmons in motion. They're going to give the jet sweep to Simmons. He's going to lower his shoulder and bounces off a couple of defenders and finally brought down across the 30-yard line. Simmons looked like he was dead to rights at the line of scrimmage, and all of a sudden he squirted out of there.
The pinball.
And out comes the cute formation with Lewis and Mana out, Gasella and Mott's back to their bread and butter formation. Gain of 6 on that last play, so they're going to be 2nd and 4 here for Brockport. Another handoff to Simmons. Simmons patient and back to the line of scrimmage on that one, so that's going to be 3rd and 4 now.
Back to the original line of scrimmage at 3rd and 4 from the 31.
So now after
once again,
U of R answered with a touchdown, Brockport does not want to give the ball back.
So you got Mesh, Mana, and Lamage coming in now. And then
that's the end of the third quarter here. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back with the rest of this one here as Brockport trailing U of R 23-21.
Or recovering from surgery and don't know where to start, Lattimore Physical Therapy can help. The Lattimore Promise includes an individual diagnosis with a highly trained licensed physical therapist on your first visit, a personalized treatment plan, communication with your doctor, and a continued personal care plan. You're never more than minutes away from pain relief. Visit LattimorePT.com.
Lattimore Physical Therapy.
Smooth sculpted lines, impressive hardware, aggressive stance. It can only mean one thing. 'Tis the season to get out and tailgate. Right now at every Bob Johnson, buy any new or used truck, we'll throw in a Mafia-ready folding table absolutely free. Bob Johnson, this is where the savings.
All right, 3rd and 4 here. Gasella in shotgun, Simmons to his left. They're going to throw. He's looking at Sluka. Instead throws the wheel route and almost intercepted. Number 7 came across and looked like he was more worried about hitting Simmons than he was catching the ball, and that one falls to the turf. So
broken up by Simon Warren of the Yellow Jackets.
Watch that one again on the wheel route. I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm not sure how that wasn't pass interference, as Weirin no attempt on the ball and just ran right through Simmons on that one. And Simmons still down after that hit. We're going to give our title sponsor a shout out here. Bob Johnson Auto Group carries 18 different auto manufacturers ranging from Chevy to Ford to Toyota and many more in 25 plus locations throughout New York State. Choose from thousands of vehicles in stock. Check them out online at bobjohnsonautogroup.com to find a location near you. And make sure you check out The Rock, rocksportsnetwork.com on Facebook and YouTube, where you're able to watch today's game and all our games this season on demand 24/7 on your smart TV, desktop, or mobile device. rocksportsnetwork.com, Rochester's only digital sports channel. Simmons is up and walking off the field here. Looks like he's holding his chest a little bit there. Midsection, maybe he got the wind knocked out of him or something. We'll see. Punt unit on. Jangrasso fields the high punt, and a line drive kick gets away, bounces at the 35, rolls inside the 30, and that's going to take a Brockport roll to the 25-yard line, and that's where that one's fielded. And that's where the Yellow Jackets will take over here to open the 4th quarter. Brockport trailing 23-21. Defense needs a stop here. So Mario, defensively, if you're Brockport trying to get the ball back here, what are you looking for?
3, all day. 3, Johnson. They've ran the entire offense today through him, either in the Wildcat, jet sweeps. They did have a couple that went to Papantonis. But, I mean, that's the first guy you got to try to lock down right now if you want to try to get the ball back.
They're going to try to run it here, and that's up the middle. And that's number 25 on the carry for U of R. So that's Cole Rao. And Rao picks up 6 on first down. And now there's another injured Golden Eagle down.
Is that Talbert?
Looks like that might be Mike Talbert down, number 52. Talbert was second team All Empire 8 this season. Those of you watching, we appreciate it on Facebook and YouTube. Be sure to follow Rock Sports Network on Facebook and Twitter, where you can find some of great local and regional sports news and entertainment, including live streaming high school and college game broadcasts, RSN Trackside Racing Show, and much more. Make sure to like and follow at Rock Sports Net on all social media. We're going to go ahead and take a break, and we'll be back on the other side with the rest of this fourth quarter.
Customize your great plate every Tuesday at Bill Gray's with hot dogs, cheeseburgers, mac salad, home fries, beans, tots, and more. Bill Gray's Great Plate Tuesdays, only $9.99.
Gimme, gimme, gimme Bill Gray's.
Sculpted lines, impressive hardware, aggressive stance. It can only mean one thing. 'Tis the season to get out and tailgate. Right now at every Bob Johnson, buy any new or used truck, we'll throw in a Mafia-ready folding table absolutely free. Bob Johnson, this is where the savings are.
Bob Johnson.
While we celebrate.
So Mike Talbert is up and walking off the field under his own power. That's always good to see. And we've got a 2nd down and 4 coming here for the Yellow Jackets. In for the injured Mike Talbert is number 11, Felton Howard, the freshman. So a lot of freshmen thrust into opportunities here today for Brockport. See what U of R dials up. Sends a man in motion. They're going to throw. Wise tucks it and runs instead, and Wise slides down and slides maybe a yard on that one. I think someone forgot to tell Wise that it's where he starts his slide, because he's sliding early, it seems like.
Well, I mean, I can understand that. I mean, you have a defense that came after you all game, has hit you, has put you down. I mean,
3rd and 3 here. Big 3rd down coming for both teams here. The Yellow Jackets trying to extend this drive and extend this lead. Brockport trying to get the ball back for its offense. Papantonis moves into the slot, off coverage on him. They're going to roll to the left, across the middle. That's Johnson through the hands. Wise threw it high. He had him. Johnson, unfortunately, his diminutive status didn't allow him to get up 5'9". I think he climbed the ladder about as high as he could. Couldn't reach that top rung. It's not a problem you see with a couple of 6'4" wide receivers on the outside, but
So 4th down for the U of R.
13:29 here left. Cam Mesh standing at his own 33-yard line. Wing has had a good second half punting the ball. He backs Mesh up to the 26, and Mesh makes a man miss and then hit hard and knocked down.
Was that 60?
That was number 60 who laid the hit on him. And number 60 is their kicker, Kyle Brainerd. So Brainerd playing both sides of the ball today. Not often you get, I think that might have been 50 on the replay now that I'm watching it. Which makes more sense, the linebacker, Gavin Godet.
Hey, don't be, there's some kickers that got a few screws loose that like hitting. You ever see McAfee?
McAfee, Janikowski used to lower the lumber too, man.
Well, Janikowski was 278.
13:20 here. Gasella in the shotgun takes the snap, pumps, throws. He's got Sluka and almost intercepted. Unfortunately for Brendan McDonald, he was unable to come down with it. And that, I think, Mario, we talked about it pregame, but it looked like that ankle might be rearing its ugly head for Gaselli. Did not get everything into that one.
No. He had both of his feet planted both times, even though he did the shoulder fake. Some of those times you got to readjust and put it where you want it, and then that's just a far throw. Like, people don't really realize how far that throw is.
2nd and 10 here for Brockport after they take the shot downfield. 3 wide set. Motts in front of Gasella with Simmons behind. Pressure coming off the left side, and Brockport picks it up, and Simmons lowers his head, gets 2. So 3rd and 8 here for the Golden Eagles.
Yeah, but the thing is, too, Ryan, that we've called enough of these to know Mangoni doesn't throw deep just to throw deep.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll try to exploit something. Yeah, he wants to try to see what's open on the inside. Okay, if I put Sluka out there, you got 2 guys? Okay, I'll adjust inside then.
Motts checks out. Lamage checks in. 4 wide for Brockport. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff. He's going to throw. He's got Caldwell, and Caldwell does a good job of getting past the sticks on the comeback route, and that's a 1st down for the Golden Eagles out to the 48-yard line. Extends that drive. Good job there by Brockport. Lamage, Mana out. Lewis, Goddard in. So the 2 tight end set coming for Brockport with Simmons in the backfield, Sluka and Caldwell, the receivers.
And this is where I usually like running those seams, because you just brought in 2 tight ends. They think you're going to run.
They haven't thrown a seam route to Goddard in a while here.
Yeah,
been quite a few games.
You can run a nice play action pass here if you wanted to.
They're going to hand it to Simmons. Simmons bounces it back to the right side, tries to turn the corner. Hemmed in by number 7 for University of Rochester, Simon Weirn. And Weirn's had a big game for U of R. But Simmons still picks up about 6 on the play. Going to bring up 2nd and 4 here.
Yeah, it's not every day you see a 5'8", 170-pound running back, stiff arm, a 6'2", 205 safety, and Simon Weir, and he just shoved him aside. He's like, excuse me, I got someplace I need to be.
2nd and 4 here, and they leave Goddard and Lewis in the game, so still that 2 tight end set. Simmons to the left of Gasella. So the 2 Golden Eagles that were banged up last drive. Simmons looks fine across the 1st down sticks, and you see on the sideline Mike Talbert standing with the rest of the defense. He looks like he's going to be ready to go here. So 1st down for the Golden Eagles. They keep this drive rolling here. Lewis out, Gasella out, Mana, Motts check into the ball game here. So they're going big set.
It's like a hockey shift change in there.
So Sluka, Goddard to the lower half of the formation along with Lewis in the tight end. Motts is in that H-back role, and there's Mana and Simmons in the backfield together, and Simmons gets the handoff, and that looks like one, again, Mario, it looks like one that maybe Mana wanted to pull and take off.
You got Jordy Tawa, number 29, was the only person, the corner. Obviously, his responsibility is going to be the quarterback on that particular play because everybody was to the left side of him. I think what they're waiting for is that if Rochester wants to go man with that, and they want to put a linebacker on the tight end, he's going to pull it because he's got enough speed to break it to the outside.
Gasella checks back in. Mana checks out. He's got Caldwell. Caldwell with a nice adjustment to the ball. And that's going to be right at the sticks. We'll see where they mark him. They're going to give him that 1st down. He's out to the 30-yard line. So 1st down, Brockport. What a catch by Caldwell on the adjustment. That ball was well behind him.
And that's why you keep going back to the kid.
And, you know, I mean, yeah, the ball was behind him, but not a bad throw because he had coverage coming to the middle of the field. So you don't want to lead him.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
It was almost like a in-cutting back shoulder throw that he threw on that one.
You can redirect them back out. That's where all the real estate is.
Mesh into the game, and Cam Mesh gets a handoff, and the ball's out, but the officials quick line to call him down on that one. 4-yard gain on the run. He was down for a split second before the ball popped out. So they're giving Isaiah Simmons a little rest here with Cam Mesh checking into the game. First Golden Eagle to get a carry other than Simmons today, and Manna obviously in that Wildcat formation.
Gain of 4 on the play. It's 2nd and 6 for Brockport from the 26.
Credit there to big Ahmed Davis Warner. He was wrestling for that ball even though the whistle was blowing. Just came away with it. 2nd and 6 here for the Golden Eagles. Mesh moves left to right. He's going to take the handoff off the left side, lowers his shoulder, and spins away and wrapped up again. He's going to get 2 after that hard-fought run. I think almost every Yellow Jacket got a piece of him on that one, and Mesh picks up 2 still. Goddard, Lewis.
I'm pretty sure Mesh wanted a piece of all of them. That's why it resulted the way it did.
4 Golden Eagles out, 4 Golden Eagles in. It's now a 4-wide set with Simmons back in the game. Casella 3rd and 4. And Golden Eagles trying to convert here. Steps back, throws the out route, and that's caught right at the sticks. Great job by Manna.
Oof.
That was a tough catch. And he took a shot.
Weirin came off his man on the outside receiver to introduce himself. And it's going to be enough for the first down.
Yeah, that was enough for a first down. And Simmons, or Manna comes down with it and rips the ball, and that was Tawa in coverage there.
But, now you got a little bit of a tendency now when you run that. If he's going to come off of him, you pump it, the deep ball's wide open.
1st and 10 here, and they're in the red zone right at the 20-yard line, and they're going to give it to Simmons, and Simmons breaks a tackle. Simmons off to the races, and Isaiah Simmons from 20 yards out. He shrugged off the tackle from number 52, and Isaiah Simmons was off to the races. No one was going to catch him there.
And that's a drive that you needed to have if you were Brockport. Coming back, mix up the pass and the run. You set up a few things later if they happen to score on the return. And now you're up 28-23.
So 28-23 Brockport. Sal Monteperdo adds the extra point. And Isaiah Simmons from 20 yards out, his 2nd of the day. What a bounce outside after he broke that tackle. And Jack Diggins wasn't going to catch him.
He tried.
He did try.
He tried.
So Brockport back on top. 7:16 here left in the 4th quarter. U of R is going to get another crack at this one. And all of a sudden, U of R now needs to find an answer. Timeouts become critical at this juncture in the game. Both teams with 3. 7:16 left, and someone's going to need some timeouts to put the drive together at the end of the game here. So everything we hoped this game would be as U of R comes in for the ECAC bowl game, the Clayton Chapman Bowl. Brockport trying to secure another bowl win. Low driving kick by McGowan, and Johnson thought about it and decided against it, so that one's going to be a touchback and come out to the.
Well, we talk about this coming out. There's 7:16 left, obviously 3 timeouts. You're down 5. For Rochester's sake, what you've been doing all day is you've been throwing the ball. It's not like you've had a power run game the entire day.
And now you got to throw it.
You need time. No. They've been airing it out all day. They've been able to make adjustments. They've been rolling out wise, keeping him out of harm's way. But this is where Fox loves to play defense, loves to call his defense when he knows you're in obvious passing downs. And, he ends up having guys to tee off on you. And it looks like Talbert is back in the game, too.
So Talbert back in, Wise in the shotgun with Adelman to his left. He's going to roll to his left. He's going to throw, and behind Papantonis, and boy, Jameer Clark maybe gets his head around a little sooner. He might catch that. He was the closest person to it. So Brockport put together an 11-play drive on that last drive.
Yeah, more importantly, when you had to have them. You know what I mean? It was like
you needed points, but it was they needed a, you know, Talbot had just went down. They needed a, you know, an extended drive, give that defense an opportunity to rest, because now they're flying. 7-11 left here. 2nd and 10. Wise looks to throw. He looks for Papantonis, who tried to catch it, and I think they're going to call this incomplete.
Yeah, he was bobbling it the entire time. Just kind of bounced out.
So Papantonis unable to hang on to it. The throw a little behind him. 3rd and 10 here now, and Brockport trying to get the ball back. Yellow Jackets trying to extend this drive. They need points. 7:04 left, and if Brockport can put together another drive like they did last time, they may not get the ball back if they don't get a first down here.
You want a rock, paper, scissors? You take Talbot, I'll take Marionetti. Because this is usually where it happens. He comes off the edge, and Marionetti's on the other edge. There's Talbot at the bottom of your screen. Here he comes.
Pressure in his face, and almost intercepted. That was Grooms in coverage, and Grooms wanted it. No flag on the play, so good job there by Elijah Grooms, and he slaps the turf in frustration. He wanted that one. And instead, we'll see Cam Mesh to return this one. Alex Wing in to punt.
Alex Wing looks to punt away for the Yellow Jackets. Cam Mesh back to return for the Golden
with 3 timeouts, you know, you got 7 minutes left, just under 7 minutes left. Rochester going to try to trust their defense.
Gets this one. Mesh calls for a fair catch and makes it at the 44-yard line. That's where the Golden Eagles will take over here. So,
yeah, realistically, looking into this situation, you give up 1, maybe 2 first downs if you're Rochester before you have to start burning timeouts. But that's the one thing, is that Brockport will take this time. We'll take the clock down to about 9 seconds every snap after they start running it. So
6:50 here left in this ball game, and for those in the Brockport area, if you're interested, there's football to go after this. The New York State Public High School Athletic Association Class B and A Far West Regionals are going to be here at Brockport 4 and 7 tonight. Manna takes the high snap. He comes off the edge and breaks a couple tackles, and Daniel Manna off to the races. Makes a man miss, and Manna down the sideline, finally wrapped up by a pair of Yellow Jackets, but there's a flag down, and this one is coming all the way back.
Deep end, but the flag on the play.
And they're going to get, I think they're going to get Joe Motz.
Holding, offense, number 44.
Yeah, they got Motz on that one. Motz sprung Manna, and Manna, not sure whose ankles he snatched, but somebody in that secondary needs to go find their ankles before they play this down here.
We saw the replay. I didn't really see.
Oh, it was weird. It was Weirin. He broke Weirin down right in the center of the field and off to the races. So 6:37, 1st and 20 after the holding penalty on Joe Motz. Gasella back into the game. Manna moves to the slot.
Yeah, he might throw that quick out to Lamage over here on the side. That's usually what they like doing.
Fake it. Simmons off the right side. Stiff arm. He's going to get almost, takes 2 shots. Wow. 2 big shots on that one. Diggins hit him first, and then big number 99 came and cleaned it up. That was Giannis Polanco, who came from his defensive tackle position to lower the last hit on Simmons. But Simmons gets 7, 2nd and 13 here. .549, and Coach Mangoni's going to get him to use a little more play clock inside of 10 seconds now. 4 wide for Gasella. Fakes to Simmons, he's going to get it out there to Lamage. Ooh, Lamage almost lost the ball, hangs on.
That was a playoff.
It's playoff. Gains 4 on the play. That's going to bring up 3rd and 8.
And those plays have been very, very effective just because of how they've been able to run in the second half on the inside. And the fact that Mana and Lamage are so elusive when they get the ball out in open field like that.
3rd down here, 4 wide, 3 to the top, 1 to the bottom. That's Sluka by himself on the bottom of the formation. He's in man-to-man with...
Yeah, and you have Felsinger in the middle of the field. He's not even looking over there.
Looks like Tawa is in coverage here on the lower half of the formation.
Yeah, he's giving him a nice cushion.
Fakes. Oh, they give the handoff to Simmons, and Simmons right through the teeth of the defense. Simmons still on his feet. Carried across the 35 and finally down. Isaiah Simmons, what a run there. That was about a 30-yard run there by Simmons. They were not expecting that to be a handoff on 3rd and 8. Good play call there by Coach Mangoni.
What do we say, right? He's not quick.
He's sudden. 3 wide to the left. Caldwell, the lone receiver, to the top of the formation here. Simmons in the backfield with Gasella. Gasella takes a snap. Another Simmons call here, and up the middle, tackled by number 0 for Rochester. That's Joe DeBonis. He's been quiet today. So 3 yards on that one, out to the 31-yard line. Second and 7.
I mean, if you're Rochester, you got to start thinking about these timeouts now.
Yeah, 3:35, and you're staring down the barrel of a 2-score lead, or a 2-score deficit here. 4 wide for Brockport. Sluka, Lamage, Mana to the lower half of the formation. Caldwell still the lone man to the top. Simmons in the offset. He's going to take the handoff. Bounces off of his blocker. Cuts across the middle of the field, and Isaiah Simmons carries Weirin into the end zone. Touchdown, Isaiah Simmons. What a run by Isaiah Simmons.
Yeah.
Boy, oh boy.
He was not going to be denied on this play. A 31-yard touchdown run.
Weirin jumped on his back at about the 7. And Simmons, too much.
Weirin's 6'2", 205, guys. Just to kind of put it in reference for you. And Simmons is 5'8", 170. At least that's what he's listed as. Plays a lot bigger than that with the extra point being good. Brockport has taken a commanding 12-point lead in this ballgame.
Brockport now up 2 scores, 3:08 left, and that might be a dagger shot by Simmons. Isaiah Simmons, Empire 8 first team all conference this season, and he's been every bit as good as he was last week. Isaiah Simmons just a sophomore, and he's talk about this Brockport team and what they're going to bring back next season, assuming everyone returns. Ben Gasella will be back. Isaiah Simmons and Cam Mesh, both sophomores, will be back. Caldwell's just a junior. Sluka's a sophomore. Kai Tran, who saw a lot of run, was a junior. Daniel Mana's only a junior. So they're loaded up at the skill position players.
Trey Johnson, Michael Butler back to return.
Absolutely, and you know what? It's probably with 3:08 left, down 12. So I mean, you want to talk about, it's 3:08 left. You're down 12. You don't want
to going into the end zone.
You don't want to say art imitating life, imitating art, but the Rochester team started off strong, 5-0, ends up losing 4 out of their last 5. They started this game very strong, coming back. Now you find yourself, you're looking down the barrel of this defense with a 2-score lead, 3:08 left. So they played tough.
It did.
Yeah, tough game.
They did. We'll give our second half sponsor one more shout out here. We might not be able to slip another one in. Bill Gray's Restaurant and Tap Rooms every Tuesday is Great Plate Tuesday at Bill Gray's. Just $9.99 for 2 Bill Gray's cheeseburgers on top of home fries and mac salad, loaded with your choice of toppings, including Bill Gray's famous meat hot sauce. Great Plate Tuesday every Tuesday. Gimme, gimme, gimme Bill Gray's. Wise takes the snap, rolls to his right, tries to throw back to his left, and Andre Marionetti's right there to meet him, and that falls innocently to the turf. I think Wise might be asking if he got maybe hit in the head, but no call there.
You really couldn't. Well, they're not huddling up, but I mean, I walk back to that huddle sometimes. If they only rush 2, they're on me. I'm wondering, guys, come on.
Marionetti checking to make sure he was good on that one. Wise throws across the middle, broken up by Grooms, and Grooms
Wise's pass
letting
for Trey Johnson,
his presence be known.
Grooms, and this will set up a good roll, finger leg stop.
Elijah Grooms almost intercepted one last drive and knocks that one away and brings up 3rd down and 10. And the Golden Eagles defense, obviously 4-down territory from here on out for U of R, so.
Yeah.
Trying to get a 3rd down stop and force a 4th down.
Here comes
Here's
the
pressure.
overload blitz. Yep.
And intercepted. That's Liam Neely. And Neely makes a man miss, and Neely's down the sideline. To the 10, to the 5, spins off, he's in. Interception for 6.
The freshman.
Liam Neely.
Reservations for 6.
That's his 2nd touchdown of the season. 2 weeks ago against Cortland, he had the fumble recovery after the blocked punt. And then that one was a nifty couple moves to get into the end zone, tiptoed down the sideline, spun off of Wise, and tumbles into the end zone. And if the Isaiah Simmons touchdown wasn't a dagger, Liam Neely just provided the dagger, and Monteperto adds the extra point, and it is all Brockport here in the second half. They've scored 35 points in this second half to Rochester's 7. So when you talk about a tale of 2 halves, Mario, 35-7 is about as dominant a performance as you can have in the second half.
Yeah, how can you finish? That's the big question.
We see the turnover shades and the freshman with a cool moment with some of his senior teammates, including Hadich and Talbert, posing with him. And Neely almost had one 2 drives ago down the sidelines, and in the 3rd quarter he almost had one, and this time he was not to be denied. So.
And fans, you can take a look at the pick 6 and the advantage. That's to you for your new report.
Yeah, it's also one of those things too, Ryan. You're playing next to Hadich, first team, all Elite 8, preseason All-American, 3rd team. You're going to get most of the attention your way because people are going to try to avoid Hadich. So I mean, he stepped up beautifully today.
2:50 here left, and McGowan set to kick it away, and the winds come out of the Rochester sideline. So now the defense back out onto the field here. Still the first unit as they're going to finish this one off.
I mean,
they're checking the twins into the game. The Pisa twins, 92 and 97, both check in to this one. Devin and Vinny, pair of 6'6", 250 juniors from Cicero. They both play. Vinny plays nose and Devin plays end. So if you need to differentiate them, good luck.
How'd you like being at that Thanksgiving table? I'll take the leg. It's yours. I'm good. I'm just going to have mac salad. I'll be over here.
Wise throws high, unable to connect with
2nd and 10 for the Yellow Jackets from the 25.
his intended receiver, Papantonis.
Both 6'6", 260. How do you feed that, Ryan? Good Lord. I take out a loan just for holidays. Yeah, you know, as far as Rochester goes, you can try to go down and see if you can get a score, see if you can put a drive together, something decent. You know, you got 3 minutes left of your season, 2:45 left of your season.
It'd be no small accomplishment to put up 30 on this Brockport defense.
So
certainly a goal to look at. Papantonis down the sideline there. That's going to be enough for a first down. 11 yards on that one.
There was times in the season where if you put up just double digits, you were considered a team to be reckoned with.
And to their credit, I mean, we really haven't seen a team able to throw the ball this well against Brockport since Cortland, and really all season other than Cortland. So that's credit to U of R for that. Grooms almost came away with another interception. And
yeah, when you have, I mean, they had a top flight defense, and for 3 quarters they frustrated boys, and the preseason first team All-American, you know, so, you know, returning national champion. So obviously if he's able to throw on you, and anyone else who has a little bit of success, hats off to him, and especially a freshman.
Yeah, then you add in he's a freshman. Wise spins off of the sack, rolls to his left, and not going to roll out of this one. Hadich, and the ball's still bouncing around, and there comes the Golden Eagles to fall on that one, and one of the twins falls on it. I got to check my notes here to see which one. That's Vinny who picks that one up. And talk about Thanksgiving. They're going to have one because Devin had a shot at that one too, and he missed it there, and then Vinny comes and cleans it up, so he'll have something to hang his hat on.
He gets the wishbone.
So you see Hadich rips it away from him. Robinson got a shot at it. There's Devin's shot, and then Vinny comes in and cleans things up. So Brockport takes back over here, and Ben Gasella back into the game, and a familiar face at the running back position. Looks like Gino Fontana-Rosa is going to get some run here. He lines up in the pistol formation behind Gasella, and he's going to get the carry here, and Gino lowers his shoulder. That's a patented Fontana-Rosa run, physical, and lowers his shoulder and gets across the 15.
Yep. Fontana-Rosa, senior from?
Lewiston.
Yeah, there we go. Newport grad. Because we're at the 2-minute warning now.
Down to the 2-minute timeout, and Brockport all over U of R, 42-23 after trailing at halftime, 13-7. So if you're not a math teacher like Mario, that's a 35.
16-7.
16-7. So that's a 35-7 second half.
Yeah, I'm off the clock though today. No, it was just, a heck of a, we talked about Brockport, after they played Cortland. They played them very tough. They ended up playing them so well that they got a top 25 bid. They were 25th in the nation. And then caught a tough break with Casella going down. And you wondered how this team was going to finish. Were they going to finish strong? Were they going to try to come out here? And you know what? The times in the first half you thought, maybe they're just disappointed they didn't get a bid for the NCAA tournament, but I mean, they came out and they finished strong today.
Gasella in the shotgun formation, heavy set to the left. They're going to give it to Gino across that left side, and Gino's just 2 hands and straight ahead. He's running like Larry Zonka used to run back in the day, just 2 hands at chest level, and good luck tackling me. Gino picks up a couple there. It's going to bring up 3rd and 4.
Speaking of Larry Zonka, did he send a thank you note to the Buffalo Bills this past week for taking down the Chiefs?
He's the only one left that can. Casella in the shotgun formation. Checks the sidelines here. 1:20 on the clock. Lewis goes left to right. And back to Gino, little counter play. Gino cuts it back, lowers his head, stiff arm down to the 6-yard line. So we'll give him the 5. So Gino with a nice run there, and that should that'll just about do it. 1:09 left on the clock here, so 2 more plays. One, and then they can end it. So we'll see.
See if you want to get Gino one, or do you just drop a knee on it?
It looks like victory formation time here for Brockport. Gasella and Manna comes in as the deep man, so Brockport will finish this one off, and Brockport will end their season at 8-3, and two of their first 2 losses coming against top 5 teams that are not playing this weekend because both of them earned a bye in the NCAA tournament. So Susquehanna and Cortland, so they will play next weekend as the tournament moves on. So Brockport, a good season to finish here, and you probably throw out that Alfred game last week because Gasella was hurt and he had a freshman that gave it his best, but always good to end on a positive note if you ask Coach Mangoni. So we'll see how things shape up in the offseason as this Golden Eagles team looks to return a lot of skill players and a lot of good defenders from this year's roster. Brockport finishes things off 42-23 over the University of Rochester in the ECAC Clayton Chapman Bowl game. This has been a Rock Sports Network broadcast. I appreciate everyone tuning in for our 8th season carrying this team, and we'll see you next year for season number 9. I'm Ryan Lasel, my partner Mario Granata, Gary Sadak making sure that things run smooth, and Joel behind the camera making sure that, things look better on the field than they sound in your ear as the game goes on. So we appreciate everyone's hard work. Appreciate everyone who joined us all throughout the season. We'll see you next year as the Golden Eagles finish things off 42-23, and we'll see you next season.
MVP of the 2024